So for a while, I've been meaning to do this, and chat, I want to make today a game about SawCon. So, we are ranking every single Saw trap in the franchise, kind of. So, apparently Cody Leach made a video and also a tier list maker, which I found on Tier Maker, which is all 78 traps. However, it is not 78 traps. Why? Because the traps from the game are not included. So I uploaded from Blade Crusher down to Water Tank, and I've added 36 more traps that are not talked about. In total, there are 114 traps, at least according to the wiki. If you're wondering how I pulled all these and the names of the traps, I pulled them from the wiki, and right before this, I played all of Saw the game, and I played all of Saw 2 Flesh and Blood. So what we're going to be doing is we're ranking every single trap on how they are, kind of how they're in the franchise. We're ranking them a variety of factors. How cool they are they badass, are they, are they fun, are they legit? It's kind of way fitting, are they thematic? All of that stuff. So, I do want to mention a lot of that. I feel like a lot of that should go into it. I don't think unwinnable traps should immediately go to the bottom. I mean, chat, what do you think? What do you think's the best ranking for that? I think we want to kind of go all-encompassing. Like, obviously, unwinnable traps will be lower because, they're unwinnable, but we have to have a variety of factors with this, and kind of how it also relates to the movie itself and, let's say, the overarching franchise. And we'll also think about the game around it and what it is. I put all the names on here, and I'll talk about each one. And I guess we'll just go in order from top to bottom. I believe this goes in order of the movies and the games. Unfortunately, the Saw 2 Flesh and Blood ones and the Saw ones are a little bit mixed up because I did those. But you know what? We'll do it that way anyway. We cannot watch the traps because I would get DMCA'd. So we're just going to talk about them and what they are and what they do. Chat, we can't watch movies on Twitch. I'd get banned on Twitch, and I'd lose what is effectively my job. So I'll explain them. This gives you an excuse to rewatch them. We're not doing the smash or pass. That comes after this. Make them normal, but down one. Oh, we'll see, though. We'll see. I'll give the final input on that one. No, we cannot Amazon Watch Party. They are quite literally discontinuing that. And no, this isn't a movie day. Anyway, chat, in case you're wondering, where's the music coming from? I'm using the Silent Hill soundtrack because I also don't want to get DMCA'd on YouTube and lose ad revenue. That sucks. Well, I'm not going to watch 10 movies and 2 games on stream. How long would that take? That would take like something like 10 hours, plus apparently 5 hours, because it took me 5 hours to get to this point. Okay, anyway, starting things off, chat. Also, I'll kind of explain what it is as a whole, what it is, like, the context, all that jazz. They are going to have Amazon Watch Party. So, we have the bathroom trap. The bathroom trap is Saw 1. This is the plot of Saw 1. What this trap is this is Gordon and Adam in the bathroom. This is pretty much what the movie is. That being said, chat, this is a very easy S tier immediately. The bathroom trap is quite literally Saw at its peak. This is where the franchise comes from. The game is fun in the bathroom, it's fun to watch them work together, and you have the iconic foot shopping. I feel like this is an obvious S tier, immediately up top right in the beginning. Come on, dude, it's the bathroom trap. Right? It's bathroom. In case you're wondering, why are Lawrence and Adam in the trap? Lawrence and Adam are in the trap because, well, Lawrence is in there because he almost cheated on his wife. I'm not kidding, that's the plot. He didn't do it. He almost did it. Almost. He didn't do it though, but he thought about it, so he deserved to be in a trap. Adam's in there for being a voyeur because he was hired to take pictures of Lawrence Gordon. So they're related, and they thought it would be fun. Anyway, Saw 1 has some dumb reasoning, I'll say that right now. Also, I'm going to mention all the reasons for this, too. Why it's fun that way, or at least from what I remember. But yeah, as dumb as that sounds, it's still very good. Still S tier. So, anyway, Razor Wire Maze. I don't know the name of the guy in this trap, but it's the fat guy. And he's in the trap because he didn't appreciate his life, and he was suicidal, but for attention. And Jigsaw said, I'll show you, and then he threw him in a razor wire, and he had like 3 minutes to get out. It's actually one of the earliest traps. That being said, C tier. Honestly, it's a fat guy crawling through a razor wire. What do you want? It's very in the middle. It's not great, but it's not bad. Can we get that an F because you cannot escape? You can escape. Realistically, you shouldn't be able to escape. It's razor wire and that's deadly, but like, it's like what Saw, it's just like the exact middle of the Saw franchise, in my opinion. It's very, this is a Saw trap. It's there. Flammable jelly. You know how people talk about how Amanda makes unfair games? So this guy is in the trap. I don't remember his name, but he's in the trap because he committed workers' compment fraud. And apparently he was seen by Jigsaw doing jumping jacks or something. He caught him trying to rip off the system. So they gave him the flammable jelly trap. What the trap is they covered his body in flammable jelly. They gave him a very thin candle. He's also naked. There is glass all over the floor. There's poison in the room. It is dark, and he needs to find a safe combination on the walls using only the candlelight. And he has like 3 minutes to do it. It's a bullshit trap. Is it cool? Yeah, so it's C tier. Admittedly, this trap kind of sucks. Like, if it wasn't cool, it'd be C tier. No, it would be D tier. But it's cool. But it's... Yeah, come on, man. People give Amanda shit all the time, but that is such a bullshit trap for the, like, Saw 1. That's Saw 1, by the way. It's not like it's Saw 3 or Saw 5. It's Saw 1. And that trap is bullshit. First bear trap. Literally iconic. I mean, dude, it's Amanda. While her game is a softball and stupid, Amanda's in this trap because she's addicted to drugs. Her trap is that she needs to, cut open her friend who's dead, and she needs to get a key out of his body. Except he's not actually dead. But the reverse bear trap is an icon for a reason. She has 60 seconds to do it. She's also considered to be the first of the winners, and it's nice to kind of see that. Amanda's immediately S tier. Not even a question. The drill chair. I'm gonna look this one up again. The drill chair. Oh, I remember the drill chair. Never mind, I don't need to look it up. The drill chair, we don't really get to see the whole extent of this trap. This trap's weird, but the idea behind it is that there is 2 drills going in a man's head, and a lot of the story is kind of ignored because it starts earlier than it's supposed to. This is what happens when Tap and Sing go break into Jigsaw's hideout. Does position rank matter? I'm gonna go, no, I'm just going in order right now. We can reposition them later if we want. Right now, position doesn't matter. I'm just doing it as they're all equal at the moment, and then we'll adjust later. Drill chair, though. Yeah, so this is literally just a guy in a chair, and then they shoot it? They use a gun? Like, admittedly, chat, I'm not gonna lie, D tier. It's really not that interesting, and I don't even remember the guy's reason for being in there. Let me look it up really quick. Because they just sort of shoot him. Let's see. This apparently belongs to a man named Jeff Ridenour, and... let's see what the reason is. I think there is a tape. Do they even have a tape? I don't even know if they have a tape. I don't think they actually do. Maybe? Why D is put an E? We don't have an E. We have a D. I can't actually find the exact reason. If anyone knows, you're more than welcome to tell me. Didn't fuck the baby up? That's a different one. So, yeah, it's D tier. Chat, we don't have an E. We're using the Japanese grading system. So D is... this is low, but it's not. Wasn't he bait to escape? He was meant to be in his own trap. It just, you know, he ends up getting pulled in with Sing and, you know, Tap. Shotgun hallway. Fucking F. The shotgun hallway is absolute bullshit. That's not a trap. That's just a series of guns from the ceiling. That's just guns. It's like Jigsaw shooting a man in self-defense, but Jigsaw doesn't kill people. Chat, I want to go into this as well. You know what's stupid about the Saw franchise? I've never killed anyone. Jigsaw says this all the time, right? John Kramer, I never killed anyone. Do you know what John Kramer does? He gets a hidden blade and slashes Tap's throat. Was he expecting him to live that? I mean, he does. It's lucky that he lived. But, like, did he expect Tap to walk that off? It's a slash to the goddamn throat. Bullshit, you never killed anyone. Like, come on. In the shotgun hallway, it's literally a death trap. Like, oh, Sing, your test is look up. Oh, fuck, I failed. And then he gets shot. He knew that he would live. He knew. He saw him just right. Anyway, F tier. Shotgun hallway is pretty bad. Zep's test. Honestly, Zep's test is interesting. Going into the next one, Zep's test is Zep is a character who is, I think he has like a residency at the hospital that Lawrence is at, and he is envious of Lawrence. His whole thing is he's jealous of Lawrence Gordon's life and kind of wants it. As a result of his envy, he gets tested to orchestrate the bathroom trap game, and it kind of coincides with that. In addition to that, he needs to kidnap Lawrence's family and, you know, do Jigsaw's dirty work if they fail. I'm not gonna lie, I'm leaning to A tier. I think it's a solid trap. I think it's a solid game, and it really does make for an exciting last sequence where we kind of get the finale of the bathroom trap. While it's not the best, because honestly, I think it's stupid to put someone in a trap over Envy, it's still pretty fun. I think Zep has a good arc. Plus, I mean, hello Zep. Literally the most iconic, like, do-do-do, do-do-do, you know. Zeb's test, I think, is a fair A. I think it's a very fair A. Anyway, the end of Saw 1. We have 2 in S, 1 in A, 2 in C, 1 in D, and 1 in F. Honestly, with Saw 1, there's actually a surprising amount of low tiers. I'm not gonna lie. Like, a lot of people assume that Saw 1 would have the best traps. Honestly, they're really, like, there's some good ones, but there's also a lot of bad. Anyway, Death Mask. It's fun, not as fun as the Reverse Bear Trap. Let's put it in A tier. Just to check it once again, chat. I don't remember the exact reasoning. Hold on. The Death Mask. It's cool. I like it a lot. It's a very neat design, and it's the opening trap of Saw 2. The thing is, with opening traps, I feel like they're just a little bit less flavorful than in, like, you know, the in-movie ones. So we'll get a solid A. Anyway, once again, let's see here. The exact reason is apparently this guy's a snitch, and Jigsaw believes that snitches get stitches. I'm not kidding. That is the actual logic. And this one is, oh my god, dude, you have to get a key from behind your eye in like a minute or else you die. It's a cool trap. It just... Snitches get stitches is unironically the reason he's in that trap. I'm not saying it's better to be in a trap for being addicted to drugs, but like, this guy's just, he's just a snitch. Like, I guess that's worthy of being in a trap. And I'm just putting it under A because I think Reverse Bear Trap is more involved. I think lore-wise, it's in the middle of the movie. It's not the very opener. The opener doesn't last long. We don't really get to see it long enough. Electrified Staircase. This is another one that's Jigsaw's booby trap where it's literally death stairs. The police go into Jigsaw's warehouse and he just kills them. It's just electricity on the ground. Chat, have you ever walked over electricity on the ground? You just die. I can do that right now. That's not a trap, that's just death. So. Alright, anyway, Nerve Gas House. This is the crux of Saw 2. This is what the main plot is. In case you're wondering, where does the Nerve Gas House go? That's right, we're actually putting an S here. I baited you, chat. I was baiting you. How do you count the house? So the house is the over-encompassing game that they have to play. The idea behind the house is that there's nerve gas pumping into the house, and they need to get a certain amount of antidotes. This is all the players of the game. You know, as the I don't remember all the characters' names, but I can look them up, and it doesn't matter who the characters really are. But it has all the people gathered, and it can also be argued that it is not only the game for the players, but it is also the game of the main character in that movie, who is God, it's the Donnie Wahlberg. Dude, I never remember the guy's actual. It's Donnie Wahlberg's character, right? Detective. God, what's his name? Detective Matthews. It's Detective Matthews' game. So it's not just one; it's 2 games. And honestly, give Eric Matthews, give credit where credit be due. It's good. It's honestly pretty good. Like, I like the Death House a lot. It's funny because I always say that Saw 1's better than Saw 2 as a movie, but you know what? The Death House is good. I like the fact that it has more than one test in it. And it's not just in the house, it's also for Matthews. As well, it really does kind of show how awful all the people in the house are, so. Magnum Eye Hole. Honestly, D tier. It's iconic, but that's what saves it from being F. This trap's just kind of... It's an eye hole that if you look into it, you die. When everyone's telling the guy not to look into it, it's cool. I definitely think it's neat. I just think lore-wise, we don't get to learn a lot about the guy. He kind of kills one of our characters immediately, which I guess he's fodder anyway, but that's why it's D. It's still pretty cool. It's not like Shotgun Hallway or Electric Stairs. Nah, I like Magnum Eye Hole. I just don't think it does a lot for Saw 2. Don't use the key on any, pretty much. Don't look in that door. What? Oh, and then he died. Like, is he stupid? Which, yes. The Furnace. Honestly, I like the Furnace. This Furnace, I think, is a solid A tier. The Furnace is cheeky as well, so this is the test for Obi. Obi's weird. Obi's a guy who's really fascinated with Jigsaw, and he's put into a trap because he wants to be put into a trap, which... Okay. He gets put in there because he doesn't value his own life and wants to be tested, so because of that, he gets tested, which I guess he got what he wanted, but... It's kind of weird because initially he's forced into the trap, but... It's one of those weird things where it's very winnable. I like this game because it was very winnable. Obi's just stupid. It's a very stupid trap in some ways, but it's very fun for that reason. They tell you very obviously, hey, if you pull only the devil can help you, it has a little devil next to the valve. You have the opportunity to save another person. Obviously, they fail in the movie, but as a concept, I really like the furnace. Having a man burn alive and, be stuck in that hell that he's causing for himself and other people, I like it. So I think Furnace is a solid A tier. Needle Pit, alright. This is probably the most iconic trap of Saw 2. We don't need to worry about it. Chat, Needle Pit, S tier. It's S. Like, it's badass for a few reasons. Come on, dude. The trap is not for Amanda. A lot of people assume it's Amanda's trap. No, it's the trap of the big dude. I don't know his exact name, but the idea behind the guy was this guy was an abusive drug dealer, and he ruined the lives of many people because he sold drugs. Specifically, I think it was heroin. So as a result, his trap he would have to dig through Javier. It may have been Javier. He had to dig through the needle pit, and while digging through, he would have to essentially relive the hell he created for others to find the cure. And the funny part is he ends up throwing Amanda in there, and oh my god, it is just visceral. And because of his cruelty, he ends up losing, because obviously, the twist of Saw 2, Amanda ends up being the inside job. She's working with Jigsaw, so she was never going to win for him. Just give him just enough time. And it's kind of funny, because it was very winnable, and it hits every mark. Aesthetically, it's cool. Thematically, it's cool. And also, we get to see the abuse of characters in there, from one to another. Plus, Amanda being the previous, Saw 1 trap, addicted to drugs, throwing her in is even more fucked. Alright, Razor Box. Honestly, B. We have our first B tier. Now, if you're wondering, why is the Razor Box B tier? I'm a Razor Box defender. Okay. So, a lot of people shit on this trap as being one of the dumbest traps in the franchise. Allow me to educate you a little bit here. So, this woman, I think, is like a prostitute or something. Doesn't really matter. She doesn't listen to the tape. I think she listened to it barely, and she fucked up. However, this is a really layered trap, because all you have to do is, there is a padlock and a key on the back of the trap where you can open it, and you don't need to put your hands in. From the way it looks inside, you have to put your hands in there to grab an antidote, but once you do that, you can't pull them out. I don't remember the name of it, but it's actually a very popular type of, it's kind of like, I think, like a Chinese finger trap in a way, but, not blades. Didn't she cut herself? I thought she was a hooker. Let's double check, chat. We can read that right now. Razor Box trap. Okay, because I don't think she plays her tape. Yeah, she throws it away, so we don't actually get to learn what she did. Also, the guy was Xavier earlier. The guy was Xavier. I don't actually remember what she did, but I think it may have been prostitution. Wes, thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream today. Hope all was well. We don't learn enough about Addison, but the thing about Addison and the point I'm making, here's what it is. Okay. While it's a very winnable trap, people tend to forget. These people have been breathing in nerve gas for like an hour. This isn't an early trap. This is like later in the movie. That, according to this, it's the last trap of the movie, really. That isn't, the finale game of, the thing. Yeah, dude, she is messed up. Like, it's not a fair trap, and it's pretty iconic. It looks cool, and it's even more fucked because Xavier comes by and doesn't help her. So, while it's not the best trap, because a lot of people call it stupid, and, to its credit, it's very easily beatable, that's why I think it belongs in B. Like, it's not like these ones where it's kind of like there or immediately unfair, and also, it's not pure because it is quite stupid, but we don't know who the trap was for, ultimately. And it's still neat, and it leads to an iconic moment in Saw 2. Anyway, leading with Saw 2, we have 4 in S tier, 3 in A, 1 in B, 3 in C, 2 in C, 2 in D, and 2 in F. Honestly, Saw 2 is pretty well near the top. I think Saw 2 has a lot of good traps. So far, we're at four near the top, and by quality, have more traps and more of them in the higher ends. That's the guy. We're doing good. Ranking every Saw trap in the series. Yeah, I'm happy it's bunny up. It'll be a lot of fun. How goes? Going good. All right, classroom trap. I'm not gonna lie. D tier. Why D tier and not F? The classroom trap a lot of people don't like because it's unfair. However, this is a lore trap. The whole idea behind this trap is it's meant to be unfair. It's meant to show you Amanda's downfall. It's kind of showing you Amanda's already messing up before really showing you she's messing up. A lot of people like to point out, oh, the games aren't fair. That's the point. Amanda started rigging the games because, you know, throughout her tenure in the Saw franchise, she realized that a lot of people are kind of terrible. What did the guy do again? Great question. Let's look it up. I don't entirely remember what this guy did. Again, a lot of the intro traps are a little bit rough. Like, intro traps are just rough in the movie because they tend to not give you a lot more detail. They kind of give you a quick tape play and that's about it. You don't really get to meet the characters. You don't get to have any relation to the main characters. It just sort of, all right, here's a story that's kind of there. Anyway, this guy is a guy who was sent to prison a lot. He was just in jail a lot. That's really it. The tape says, hello, Troy, I want to play a game. This game will take place in a room not much bigger than the room you spent most of your life in, a prison cell. Despite all the advantages and privileges you were given at birth, you've returned to prison again and again. He just keeps going to jail. He's just a repeat offender. That's really it. He's a game member? Yep, just spends a lot of time in jail. And the thing is, though, I think lore-wise it does give you enough. It's unwinnable, it's kind of boring, but it's definitely not F tier. But I think D is a solid place for it. For what? They don't tell you. I read the tape exactly as it was. They don't really tell you. All right. Anyway, Angel Trap. Chat, this is another unwinnable trap, and honestly, okay. A. I don't know if this is a hot take. The Angel Trap, A tier. I gotta go A tier with it. And Saw 3. This has Detective, I think it's Carrie. And she has been killing it throughout, you know, I think Saw 2 and 3 at this point. She is a badass, she's doing great, and it's beautiful. It's unwinnable, and she has a bunch of, like, gears rooted in there. Sorry to hear, is that Demons? Hope you'll be okay. Sorry to hear, though, and hopefully you'll be able to at least chill out for the night. And we'll have some good music. James, help you? Glad to hear. And hopefully we'll have some place to, what's the word? Stream-wise to be able to relax. And hopefully, you know, have a nice buzz, not too bad. Not all days are nice days. Chad, I hope your vibes are good. It is 2 a.m. in my time zone. I'll take a brief moment just to say I hope that you're doing good. If not, I hope things do get better soon. So, yeah. Anyway. Going back to the acid angel trap. Yep. She's locked into a device, and she has to put her hand in a jar of acid to get a key. And it's unwinnable. That's the shame of it. It is straight up murder. You have Amanda showing herself even to Carrie. At that point, I think the acid dissolved the key enough to where it wouldn't work anymore, or maybe the key never worked. There's a lot of ways you can interpret it. The big thing, though, is it is a major character death. You kind of get to see the plight of both Carrie and Amanda in a way. And it's just iconic. It's beautiful. So, Angel Trap's hot. Shotgun Collar, honestly, B. The shotgun collar is one of the big things of Saw 3, and, well, it's neat to have it, like, I don't know. It's cool. I'm glad to hear. Also, I'm saying it right, demons? I'm glad it helps. So, a shotgun collar, it's wrapped around the neck of Lynn, the doctor, the nurse doctor, and it's connected to John Kramer's heart rate. One of the big things about the movie is that they need to save John Kramer, and they get a doctor to do some contraband surgeries, and you know, it's neat. Yeah, putting all the Saw the game traps. I think the shotgun collar in Saw 3 is fitting, but you know, it's kind of okay. Good payoff. We get a really good payoff by the end of the movie. It ends up going off because John Kramer's murdered at the end of Saw 3, which we'll get more to that later. But, yeah, ultimately, I think it is neat. I call it wouldn't even work IRL. I don't think a lot of this would work IRL. So, yep. Also, it looks kind of nice. And also, the finale of it, pretty damn cool. All right, freezer room, chat. Okay, I'm putting it B because I know chat's a lot of Coomers. I would put it higher or lower. If you're a Coomer, it's A tier. If you think rationally, it's C tier. I think B is a solid spot. Yikes, hear me out. It's a beautiful trap. It's cool. You hate it? I know you hate it. I think you can rank lower if you're not a Coomer, but if you're a Coomer, it goes B tier. And chat has been talking about gooning literally daily at this point. Good morning, DRDR. Are you doing good? Chat has been talking about gooning daily. No, Angel Trap was A tier. The freezer room is a trap. It's Jeff's first encounter, and the thing with Jeff is Jeff has an overarching thing where he's encountering the people involved in the death of his son. Now, this lady doesn't deserve the trap. She was a witness and she just walked away. That's it. She was a witness and she didn't testify? So they decided to put her in a saw trap of a cold room, and she's naked. Which apparently, originally, she was gonna be clothed, but it looked hornier, so they made her naked, which is fucking hilarious. But also, the trap's kind of dumb, because, Jeff has to, like, put his face on a frozen pipe and grab a key to escape the room. But, like, Jeff is wearing, like, a sweater, and he doesn't think, oh, what did I put this on my face so I don't, you know, have frostbite or whatever. And also, he's slow as shit, and she dies. It's very saveable, and which is nice, it's winnable, and, you know, it's fun for Coomers, but there's just a lot that's dumb about this one. I put it in B tier solely for the Coomers. If you don't count Coomers, put it in C or D. If you're only counting Coomers, put it in S, but I think a B is a solid medium. I think B is a solid medium. The Pig Vat. Okay, C tier. I like the Pig Vat, I think it's cool, but this is easily one of the dumbest traps in the movie. The Pig Vat's weird because it's about a judge who gave too lenient of a sentence, which is why he's there, and Jeff has to save him by burning his son's collectibles or toys, which Jeff takes a long time to do it by giving him shit. And also, I mean, admittedly, the judge gave a guy who guilty of manslaughter, like, he gave him like 6 months or some shit. Like, admittedly, is it really that bad to give a light sentence? Which, I mean, I guess you only give him 6 months and you didn't ruin the guy's life, but at the same time, like, a lot of this just didn't need to happen. Cool imagery, I like the pigs, you know, fucking drowning this man, but it kind of goes in C tier because it's really dumb and easy. Like, Jeff's a rough character. Like, I like Jeff, but a lot of the traps that Jeff deals with are very easily done by a lot of people. Admittedly, there's a lot that goes into grief, but I feel like if you actually seen a man rotting in pig guts, hell, I'm not even gonna say that, just avoid the smell of the room. Maybe I would want to get out of there faster. I mean, and also, it's just burning your son's toys, which admittedly, it sounds like they're already taken, so what are you gonna do, get them back? I feel like that's a reality that you would accept at some point. Oh, let me just grab all my son's toys. Like, if I was promised, also, the worst part, he needs the key to escape. I think that's how he gets out. I don't even know if he can just walk past it. I think he needs that key. So it's even worse. Okay, the rack. Boom, baby, A tier. Actually, you know what? You know what? A. Let's put it in A. I think A is good. Let it be known, though, this is probably going to be the top of A. Like, when we do the reorganizing, right now we haven't organized them, I'm going to do it at the end. The rack is pretty damn good. I actually looked behind the scenes on this one. It is so cool. So this one, they have the guy who did the drunk driving and hit his son. They put him in the rack. And what it does is it twists all of your, you know, your limbs, and it breaks all of the body. And then once that's done, it twists the head. And, oh man, it's fucked. You see a lot of this guy's bones breaking. In order to save him, Jeff needs to take a bullet for him, which is dark. But really the problem is, one, I don't like that the judge just stands in the way. Like, come on. The judge is stupid. Why does he do that? And then two, like, Jeff's slow as shit again. If you either do it or don't, Jeff. Do it or don't. Either way, it's probably right near the top of A tier, but I like the rack. It's very iconic out of Saw 3, and I'd argue it's probably one of the best traps of Saw 3. Amanda's Test. This one, I feel like, is something that's gotten better over time, or maybe even worse over time, but how about we put it in a nice B tier? I put it in B tier if only for the fact... Hold on. I put it in B tier for the fact that this is kind of the arc of where Saw was going to go, and it makes a lot of sense in the way they took it. The idea behind it is that Amanda has started rigging her games, and she needed to be tested by John once again to stop doing that. Obviously, she fails the test. But a lot of people don't like this because they don't like the unwinnable traps. Personally, I don't mind the unwinnable traps. I think it is a very neat lore point, and also kind of shows the ideas between John and Amanda, in which one of them believes that people will be rehabilitated, and then Amanda is actually saying people are not being rehabilitated and decides to become an executioner on her own right. It leads to a lot of conflict of interest between the two of them, and I like it as a plot point. That's what it is. It's a plot point. But the actual game at hand, that's what I'm ranking it B. While it's not exactly interesting, I think it does offer a lot of perspective. And she's weird, but it really does serve for a lot of the basis and Amanda's identity. It shows why she ends up being so different to John, and it would lead into later movies. If you didn't have this, honestly, everything after 3 would be pretty rough. So, I know a lot of people don't like it. I respect Amanda's trap. I like what it is. The actual trap itself is, actually, you know what? You talk me down to maybe C tier. The actual trap itself is, but it really goes over Amanda's whole arc. I'll put it down to C tier just because I'm thinking about the trap itself. It's okay. If only because the actual test is, can you not be a dick to poor Lynn? Jeff's final test. Dude, Jeff's a fucking dumbass. Jeff literally saw the guy who killed his son, and for some reason, Jigsaw at the end says, I killed your son, and then Jeff believes him? So, Jeff is stupid. I don't rank it on F, because honestly, it's still a bit of a test, and, you know, it is trying to save his daughter, and it leads to the death of John Kramer, but Jeff is dumb. That's really all I gotta say. Jeff is dumb. Why would you believe it? You only saw the guy who killed your kid, and he died. I killed your kid. And it's like, wait, no, you didn't. Jeff is dumb. Jeff is really dumb, so he's low. Anyway, chat, that is now Saw 3. We're at the end of Saw 3. At this point, nothing from Saw 3 really hit S tier. We have a couple of high A's, I will say right now. These are probably the high A's, but a lot of the traps tend to be more around the middle this time around. No F's, so that's good for Saw 3, but a lot of D's and a lot of C's. So, let's make our way over to Saw 4. Saw 4 is the 4th movie of the franchise. It starts getting weird here, because at this point, John Kramer is dead. The Mausoleum. This is 2 guys. You have Speak No Evil and See No Evil. Let me look at the exact reason. I know one of them is John's lawyer. One of them is like John's lawyer. And the other guy, I don't remember what he did, but let me just double check. You have Trevor and Art Blank. I don't remember what Trevor did. Let me see. Does it say? Does it say what he did? No. There's no reason for this guy being tested. Okay. But, yes, so the Mausoleum, Art Blank is not even just John's lawyer. Art Blank is John's ex-wife's lawyer. So I guess this guy messed with John during the divorce. So he tested him. It's kind of weird and dumb, and I mean, imagery-wise, it's cool, but how about we put this in a solid B tier? I like the fight, but it's a little bit dumb. But it's fun. It's a fun trap, albeit a little bit dumb, but it does kind of lead us into what Saw 4 is about. Alrighty. The scalping seat. Okay. The scalping seat's weird. So Officer Rigg has to go through his journey in Saw 4, right? And the scalping seat is Rigg finds a chick in a chair who's a prostitute, and apparently she's told that at one point a man might let you out of the chair. If he does, you have to kill him. But also, Rigg has to save her by finding numbers on a bunch of gears and letting her out. So, like, if she wasn't let out, what happens? D tier, like, if she doesn't get let out, does someone just, hey, I got you, don't worry about it. I guess it didn't happen today. Like, were they banking on Rigg not doing it? Like, what if he didn't? I guess they're banking on him doing it, but it's stupid. It's funny, too, because Rigg's looking for a knife to cut her hair, and he barely looks, and she grabs a knife immediately under the TV, and then she just dies? No, that's in Saw 7. And meant to let her do her own trap. Right, but she couldn't do the trap because it was about gears behind her and she was tied to a chair. I think they're just gonna let her out if he didn't do it, but like, yeah, it's kind of just weird. So, B tier. And also the reasoning, oh, you're gonna get arrested by the cop who saves you. So, yeah. Bedroom trap, I give it credit. B tier, solid B tier. Honestly, I give this one credit. The bedroom trap is a trap where Officer Rigg forces a motel manager who was abusing a lot of the women who would stay at his hotel. He would, kidnap, like he would drug them, and then he would rape them. So what ended up happening was this guy was a voyeur and a sadist. So what he had to do was he had to be strapped down to a chair and he had to stab out his own eyes as punishment for what he did. Honestly, I like it. I like the fact that Rigg is kind of, forced to do the thing. He wasn't a pedo. I know he wasn't a pedo. He was, it was young women, but it wasn't like underage women. It was like women in their 20s. But it's still vile. But Rigg forced this guy into the bed and forced him to his own trap, to which then he had to stab out his own eyes. He ultimately fails and dies, but honestly, I give it credit. I think it's neat. It's still, a little bit weird, but it's not a bad trap. Honestly, it's a solid trap. Not amazing, and we don't really care for the guy, but it's all right. The spike trap. Okay, hot take. Hot take right now. The spike trap is A tier. I'm putting that in A tier. This is probably the most memed on trap, and a lot of Saw casuals will shit on this one. Let me tell you why, and let me tell you why I like it. The spike trap is a trap that Rigg walks in on. However, when he walks in, it's at the end of the game. What the game is you had a husband and wife, and in Rigg's case, what ended up happening is the husband was actively abusive to his family. He beat his wife, and he would beat their daughter, repeatedly. It was gruesome. And what ended up happening was Rigg was called over to the school, and the daughter ended up, not confessing and not saying, I wasn't that. He was called to the school, and it's the father was abusing the daughter. However, they couldn't convict him because they didn't have enough evidence because the wife wouldn't say anything, because the wife was actively defending the husband despite the daughter being abused. Ultimately, the husband was let go and Rigg hit him, and then Rigg actually got in a lot of trouble because he decided to punch him because the guy cockily said, you're never gonna get me, or something like that. So a lot of people give this trap shit because they don't like the fact that, oh, the wife's a victim of abuse. She shouldn't be in the trap. They don't understand, while she is a victim of abuse, she actively let the daughter get beat. And not only that, she defended him. The daughter, they literally had the moment at the school when the police were there and they're ready to take the man away, but she decided to defend him in that moment, leading to him not being arrested. She's also given the way out because in the spike trap, all of the spots that she stabbed in are savable and she can be saved. All the ones he's stabbed in are murderous. So the thing is, it's the thing that it is pretty vile. You can't let your child be devastated that way. She also was given a path to redemption. Now, should therapy be done with spikes? No, but it's Jigsaw's mantra. Admittedly, with this, she ends up living and winning her trap. She's able to put out all of the needles, get her revenge on, the abusive husband, and then she is saved by Rigg, who he then gives the key to the freedom, and she's able to receive medical help. If she's murdered, I get ranking it low, but she's given the idea to be saved. So, I give it a lot of credit for what it does, and I think it is a little bit higher. And she's a terrible mother, yes, absolutely. Yep, kill him. You either kill him or you die with him. The man's obviously doomed. He has no way of getting out, but she has a way of getting out, and she wins. That's why I rank it high. A lot of people rank it low because they just immediately jump to the gun of, oh my god, I can't believe it. You put her, she was abused too. I mean, yes, obviously that's bad. She's given the path of redemption, but you can't let your daughter go through worse. Especially when you had the opportunity to do so. If it didn't have the opportunity present, I would put it lower. But the fact that they show the scene where Rigg is ready to take the man away and she defends him, that's what does it to me. And that's why I rank it in A tier. Explosive puppet. It's another death trap. What do you want out of it? All it is just a puppet that breathes shrapnel onto the face of Agent Perez. That's all it is. Agent Perez just pop. Oh my god. She's stupid, but they rank it. You can tell I don't like a lot of booby traps. They're just booby traps. How do you win that? Don't be there. Oh, yes, my favorites. My favorites. Okay, we have, God, knife chair. I think I know what the knife chair is. Let me double check that one just in case. She does not die from it. Let me look at what knife chair is. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. Knife chair is, all right, I remember this now. Knife chair is the very first Jigsaw trap ever. Thank you for the follows, by the way. This is, I think it's Cecil or Cyril. This is the drug addict that John Kramer actively saw, who also ended up leading to the murder of his kid Gideon, because this was a junkie who ended up breaking into a health facility and slammed a door into his pregnant wife's belly, therefore leading to a direct miscarriage. John Kramer also saw actively this man was never learning, and he wanted to take revenge into his own hands. So what he ended up doing was he had the knife chair, which what you had to do to win is you had a chair in front of you, and you need to press your face through the knives to show how ugly things are. Hope you enjoy them, by the way, and good luck with the uni finals. And I would rank it higher, but I'm putting it on C tier. Why? Cause it doesn't fucking pan out. It just fucking breaks. It doesn't like release the knives. The chair just breaks. It's funny. It just fucking breaks. He almost gets it. He doesn't get it. It's just like, oh, it broke. He still has the things in his hands. It doesn't like let go, it just breaks. And then he jumps into barbed wire and he doesn't learn anything. Like, that's part of the trap? I don't know if it's a part of the trap. It sounds like it's supposed to do a little bit more. And also, he doesn't learn anything. He just jumps in barbed wire and it's like, well, he didn't learn anything. Like, did John plan the barbed wire? Did he? That was part of the trap? I don't know. It seems like he, like, even with, like, I'm ranking it high because it's still neat, but it doesn't really seem like it was fully fleshed out. It seems like a prototype kind of thing, you know? You think he planned it? Okay, I'll go with chat's good faith. We'll put it at the end of B tier, okay? I was gonna rank it on high C or low B. Honestly, I'm thinking high C. Let's put it on high C. I'll be high C later, okay? We have a lot of these to get through. So, I'm just gonna say, like, also, yeah, did he know he was going to lunge him? Like, there's barbed wire straight up. Did he know? I don't know. So, anyway, chat, we're gonna finish Saw 4 here, and then we're gonna play an ad really quick. Just letting you know on Twitch, I gotta play an ad in a moment. We'll finish up with Saw 4, and then we'll do it. And the ad will be 3 minutes. It'll be ad block, Twitch service of the channel. During that time, I'll probably just go over what we've done. Anyway, to finish up with Saw 4. We have the spine cutters. The spine cutters, honestly, are kind of lame. This is just an incentive to do the next trap, which it's there. But also, if Art won his trap, why does he have to go into another trap? Like, a lot of this really just feels like Jigsaw hates his wife's lawyer. My bitch ex-wife hired a divorce attorney. I lost everything. Like, why are they so mean to Art? He won his first trap. Why would he go into another one? Like, it's not fair to the guy at all. It's stupid. What is this trap? This is Art Blank's second trap, because he's forced to carry out the end of Saw 4. Which, this is just, all he has to do is make sure Rig does not enter the room, okay? So, yeah, it's pretty rough. I'm ranking it low because it's just enforcement for Art. That's all it is. And now, going into the ice block trap. This is what the crux of Saw 4 is, and I'm putting it on a solid B tier. I put it on B tier because while it's a bit dumb, I think it's fair. Chat, an ad might play. If so, I'll reiterate. Just gonna say right now, the ad's gonna be 3 minutes, okay? Prime Gaming, sub to the channel, ad block. Okay, I'm gonna let it auto roll just in case, and I'll repeat if I have to. So the ice block trap is the core of what Saw 4 is about. Rig needs to save his fellow officers, Eric Matthews and Detective Hoffman, Mark Hoffman. At the same time, a mysterious masked figure, Art Blank, is controlling the strings, and there's a timer that we don't know about. What Rig needs to do is get there and, you know, and save the day before it runs out. Except the twist is he's not supposed to. No, it's winnable. All Rig had to do was not open doors, which, in fairness, it is the overarching theme of Saw 4. And while they take him on this giant rat race, he's supposed to learn this, and he never learns this. And while it's a bit stupid, and I think I could, if I laid down on my bed all day, I would win, it's one of those things that the more you look at it, it is thematic throughout the movie, and while it's a bit dumb, I don't hate it. As well, we found out the big plot twist that music's a bit louder. I can turn down a little bit. Well, it is a little bit dumb. At the same time, I still give it credit because it does go to the overarching theme of the movie. The big twist of it is that Mark Hoffman ends up rigging the trap at the end, and is that dramatic? Yes. So the theme of Saw 4 is that Detective Rigg barging in early without backup. He was actively scolded for this, for being impulsive. And his goal is don't be impulsive. He took this whole journey to not be impulsive. And yet, he is still impulsive. There's one moment where Mark Hoffman even warns this. And also, I really like the scene where Mark Hoffman at the end is standing over him, telling him, game over. It's like, I gave you the chance. You had the chance to do it. You blew it. And with Mark Hoffman going into this as well, you find out he is the Jigsaw Killer, but he actually was friends with Rigg. He liked Rigg. It's not like he hated Rigg. He wanted him to succeed, and he gave him so many warnings. He told him point blank, hey, you got it. You can't keep rushing in without backup. And in the end, he does it by the last second. He gets shot, he kills Art, and he loses. And Detective Matthews, also a survivor at that point, gets his head crushed. You find out Amanda was torturing him. I don't know. I like it. I think it's a fun culmination of the movie. Obviously, it's not as good as the bathroom trap or the nerve gas trap. I think it's better than Jeff's arc. I actually like it more than that. But at the same time, I think people hate Saw 4 just a bit too much. I've warmed up to Saw 4 the more I have watched it. So, anyway, chat, is at this moment we have finished up to Saw 4. We have 4 in S tier, including only Saw 1 and 2. We have, looks like 6 in A tier going across the whole franchise. We have 6 in B tier going across the whole franchise, going from Saws 2 to 4. We have 5 in B tier going all around. We have about 6 in D tier, with, you know, all around. And we have 3 in F, where Saw 3 managed to escape. How's it going, Mouse? Are we back from the ad, by the way? I don't actually know. Maybe. You can't remember Saw 4? Saw 4 was the movie with Detective Rigg. This is the black cop that was in Saws, I think, 2 through 4. And he kept bashing into doors. That was the problem. He worked with Agent Carey and was really bummed. Also, it was, you know, it's his arc too, because he was really bummed out about losing Agent Carey. So. I should say detective. Alrighty, I'll be back with me, by the way, chat. Let me know when we're back. We'll start on Saw 5 after. I think we got it all. I think it's pretty good timing, not gonna lie. Oh, cracks. I need water. Give me a moment here. Hey, chat, we've gone through 4 out of 12. Four out of 12. God damn. 4 out of 12 here so far. Alright, I think we're back in the ad. Welcome back, everyone. So, now we're on Saw 5. So, we just went off Saw 4. This is the result right now. By the way, chat, in case you're wondering, with tier list, you gotta make sure you don't overload too many. Like, S tier should only be peak of the peak, while F tier should only be the worst of the worst. A lot of the mid-range should be more populated, so I try to make, like, naturally it should lean this way. Okay? Anyway, Saw 5. First off, Deadman, they were 236 months. The 236 months.
Divman, thank you for the
Shut up.
236 months.
Shut up.
Enjoy the scissors and emotes. Hope you have been doing well. I'm doing a ranking on all Saw traps.
Well, I am. I hope you are, and I do hope you enjoy them. Thank you, Devman, and thank you for the 3 years. It's been, you've been here for a good amount of time. Cheeky. Cheeky right there. You got me. You got me. That's... Wow, you got me word for word, actually, huh? You know me well. What can I say? You know me well. What can I say? Alright, chat, we are now entering Saw 5. Ready? Okay, Pendulum Trap. You know, B tier. Okay, unwinnable traps. Unwinnable traps. This one is unwinnable. Why do I rank it high? I don't have a problem with unwinnable traps. I put the Angel Trap at A, and I put the Classroom Trap at D. Funny enough, this is actually an opening trap, but it's not just an opening trap. The Pendulum Trap is actually a really fun precursor to what the movie ends up being about. In this movie, we get a much deeper dive into the world of Mark Hoffman, the next, one of the 2 pigs. Oh, 2, I should say, at this point. one of the two pigs at this point. You find out that Mark Hoffman has been working with, Jigsaw, and the pendulum trap is not a Jigsaw trap. It is a Mark Hoffman trap. The thing is, this is a revenge trap. This one is much more personal than any trap on this list, because Mark Hoffman's sister was murdered by the man in this trap. That is why he is in there. It leads to a lot in the franchise. It has frequent callbacks, and this trap right here is arguably one of the most important traps in the franchise. It doesn't go into A tier because while it is important, it's really just not that cool. It's a pendulum swinging. Dude, like James Bond does this, doesn't he? And doing wrong, I like James Bond. You probably like James Bond. But, I mean, for this part of a Saw, you probably expect more. So while thematically it works well, it's just not that cool. So it goes into B tier. The Water Cube. Honestly, I think another solid B. It's one of those things where this is yet another unwinnable trap. Kind of. But it is winnable. Why is it winnable? So, the Water Cube is a trap for Agent Strom. This is the FBI agent who was following the Jigsaw case closely, and at the end, or the beginning of Saw 4, or beginning of Saw 5, what ends up happening is, 1, Strom kills Jeff. 2, he's told, hey, if you wait in this room, you'll probably be okay. If you continue forward, you will die. And he continues forward, and then he dies because he's on the trail of Mark Hoffman. Realistically, it's all planned that Mark Hoffman is the sole survivor of the Saw 3 events and the Saw 4 events. So the Water Cube, originally, this is just murder. Mark Hoffman is trying to murder him in the Water Cube. However, he actually escapes. He's meant to drown in here, but what he does is he stabs a pen in his throat and does a tracheotomy? Like, I don't know how the fuck he does it, but stabs it and able to breathe through his throat. Like, dude, I'd be terrified to do that. That is terrifying. So, it's one of those things that while it isn't a winnable trap, it does actually give you a good amount. It's super easy having an average, but could he do it though, Mike? Probably. Could he do it? That's the question. I don't know if I could. But also, by the way, I'll say right now, in case you're wondering, this is going to be a high B tier. This will be a high B tier trap. I really like what it is. Still just a little bit under the handle trap for unwinnable games, but I like it because while it is unwinnable, it becomes winnable, and it's a major lore-based trap. Shotgun Chair. Honestly, let's put this under C. The Shotgun Chair is a weird trap, and it's more of... The Shotgun Trap is a job interview. So, Jigsaw John Kramer kidnaps Mark Hoffman, and he puts him into a shotgun chair. And it's a double-barreled shotgun where he's told he has to be here, and it's to prove whether or not he's worthy to be an apprentice. Because John Kramer realized that he committed copyright infringement, and obviously copyright infringement is bad. Please don't kill me, YouTube. I'm going to source my credit. In fact, you know what? So I don't go in that trap, Cody Leach. I'm going to put your YouTube channel in my description when I upload this. I don't want to end up with the shotgun chair trap. That's what happens. See, that's why I worry about things all the time like ad revenue. It's not because of that. I don't want to end up in the shotgun chair. I'm not even kidding. So, after the pendulum trap, the shotgun chair happens. John Kramer kidnaps Mark Hoffman, and he pulls the trigger, and there's one bullet in there. He literally gets lucky, and then he gets to work as a Jigsaw apprentice. Talk about the ethics of Jigsaw, and they realize that Mark Hoffman has some of what it takes to become a Jigsaw killer. So he ends up living, but also apparently it was a 50-50 chance because he actually does put a bullet in there. It's just 50-50. That's why it's C tier. Thematically, it's kind of cool to be a job interview, but on the other hand, it literally is like... Actually, no, hold on. It's not 50-50. I actually remember what it is. The first one he pulls is fake. The second one is that if he's attacked, the second bullet was loaded. I think it's not randomized. I think what it was the first one was a scare. The second one is that if Mark Hoffman tried to renege on the deal or like attack him, he would pull the trigger. So... John Kramer always had control, but it's more of a job interview. Yeah, it's like hazing. Alrighty, this one is the necktie trap. So, Saw 5 is going to have a few games here, and it doesn't look like we have all of them, so this is going to be ranking each of the main game's traps. If you don't know, Saw 5 is a game where they have Saw 5 people, and they are all connected somehow. Wait, is it? I think it's 5. What they need to do is they need to work together to get through the game's traps, and Saw 5 is a weird one. So, it's an interesting concept. They just wrote the world's worst people. Anyway, the necktie trap is, I don't know, it's neat. I put it in C tier. The reason why is because, I don't know, it's a fun opener. Everyone's connected with neckties and need to go forward in order to grab a key and, you know, to unlock their chains, and then they can break free. Every time one party member goes forward, the others get drawn back. If they don't do it in time, their neckties will decapitate them and they will die. I think 4 of the 5 end up escaping. One of them does not have enough time, and also everyone gets their own keys. The big twist of this, by the way, is that they're all terrible. They never work together. If they worked together, they all would have lived. Oh! And you find out they could have just shared one key. They don't. Again, they're all terrible. I don't blame the trap. It's a neat trap. They just somehow wrote the world's worst people in this game. Which I guess it's kind of a bit of reality that they're all terrible, but if you're remotely intelligent, like if you have an IQ over, I don't know, 5, you can probably get through this. I saw 5 IQ. So, I'll say it right now, Saw 5 is a movie that the main game kind of sucks, and a lot of it's to be much more around Mark Hoffman. So you'll hear me gushing about Hoffman stuff, the game stuff's Ceiling jars. I'm fucking D tier. Ceiling jars. This is a trap where they take the survivors in the last room, and there are a bunch of shapes shaped as keys. Key shapes in the ceiling jars. What you need to do is you need to break them so you can open up a tunnel, but there's only 3 tunnels, and you have to work together to solve the day, or else you die to nail bombs. Literally just nail bombs. Aesthetically, cool trap. The tunnels are nice. The thing is nice. What's dumb about it? This is probably the one that is most quoted as one of the dumbest traps in the franchise. Because if you have 2 eyes, you can see the tunnels are large enough for more than one person. At no point does anybody think about this, even the people who do like each other. They all just go into their own tunnel, and then the dick dies. It's like the journalist or something. There's like 5 people. It's like a journalist, a real estate agent, a junkie, a news reporter, and I don't know, a businesswoman or something like that, or like a Congress, a government senator. I don't remember. She works in something. She gives permits out. But while the aesthetic is cool and I acknowledge it's a cool trap, I really put this one low because this is like easily the one that people make fun of the most. So, business. Yeah, he loses his weight, then he does. Unfortunately, it's just not cool enough to put it any higher because it's. If we can point out how dumb it is, like, come on. Anyway, electric bathtub. Takes the 3 people from the last room. There's 1 bathtub and a bunch of prongs. You need to connect 5 prongs going to the bathtub water to open up a door. Honestly, okay, this is weird. I'm putting it on D tier solely because it's not a death trap kind of thing. Like, I think it just barely ranks above F. Like, this might be one of the worst ones so far. It's worse than ceiling jars. I was doing a smooth, I've been doing good. Why is it worse than ceiling jars? So one of the weird things about this one is a lot of people, like, this is used as the big revelation at the end of the movie, like, we're supposed to work together. If we work together, it works well. Except this trap is weird because it required a constant circuit going into water. And the only way they do that is they murder, they have 3 people left. It's the real estate lady, the government woman, and the junkie. And originally they're gonna kill the junkie, but then the real estate lady backstabs the government lady, and then they just tie a bunch of things to her, and then it opens the door. But also, if the power were to go out, the door would close. So at that point, wait a minute, if the door's gonna close, then how the fuck were they meant to ever do this? They always had to kill 1 person. Right? Also, at this point, you probably could have dragged a dead body into this room, and you probably could have won with just a dead body, right? Like, logistically, it doesn't make sense, because the next one's gonna point out the revelation, and it never could have happened. 1 person always has to die. Right, they're supposed to have 5 people, but the thing is, even with the 5 people, so it's 1 tub, but they're supposed to, with the 5 cables, they're all supposed to touch one, receive a small shock, and then they can go in. Except the door would only stay open if it was a continuous current. They mentioned in the movie it's a continuous current. So 1 person always has to die here. Meaning, it kind of defeats the point of the movie that they can all live, especially when the next one, 10 Pints of Sacrifice, has 5 tubes. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And while it's not a death trap, I rank it really low, because at least this one, while it's dumb, it makes sense. But this one is just, wait, how are they supposed to actually do it? Like, unless I'm wrong on that, even then it's still dumb because, well, they just take a dead body. Oh, wait, they exploded. Right, but, I mean, They have like 15 minutes. Saw 5 is easily the dumbest one for, oh, I can beat this, and it totally is. The people in that movie are terrible. 10 pints of sacrifice. This is the overarching game. What it leads to, you find out they're all lying to each other. B tier. I mean, the twist is fun. It's nice. It's probably gonna be a low B tier, but it's B tier. The trap itself's really cool. You have 2 people, and you need to find a 10 pints, I think? Yeah, 10 pints of blood, and apparently the human body can only give up 5 or something like that, or, you know, you're not meant to give up that much blood. But also, how are you meant to live this? Like, if your hand is like a giant, like, by the end of the movie, like, the guy jams his hand in there and, like, it, like, splits. Like, wouldn't you lose more blood after the fact? Like, blood doesn't stop leaving your body after the trap is done, right? Like, I'm pretty sure it continues going out. I'm not an expert on blood, but, like, I feel like that would happen. Also, I feel like what they could have metagamed this one a little bit by trying other liquids. Like, maybe I know you totally could have, because while Jigsaw does punish people, I'll say right now in the bathroom trap, we didn't talk about it earlier, they punish cheaters. You're not allowed to cheat. But, like, in this one, Mark Hoffman's not even watching. At this point, he's doing endgame Saw stuff. So, like, what they could have done was the woman could have put her arm in for a little bit, right? And then the man whips out a schlong and starts pissing in there. And you know what? Then you get, like, a little bit. Like, if you can even save 1 pint, like, come on, are you not constantly full of piss? I'm often full of piss. I mean, they can find something to drink, right? One of them has to be full of piss. Wait, what? So in this one, they need 10 pints of blood. The way they do it is they jam their arms inside of saw blades, and the blood will then go down and, you know, fill up a pint, you know, a jar thing that has 10 pints. But the thing is, well, they agree to give up 5 pints of blood each. But what they could have done was the chick could have gone first, started going in there, the dude whips out a schlong, he starts pissing in the trap, and then, you know what, they maybe get like a pint or 2 off of that. How much is the, I'm gonna Google this right now. How many pints is the average piss? Okay, how many ounces in a... Okay, chat, people piss about, on average, I looked it up, okay, people tend to piss about 8 to 16 ounces. However, some people go higher. I know I go higher. However, the thing is, a pint is about 16 ounces. So you can get 1 pint off of that. I'm not telling you that, like, you know, it would help, but you can get a pint off of that. You can maybe even get 2 if you're maybe, you know, extra pissful that day. And, like, obviously she might have trouble with it because I don't know how she would aim it. Like, maybe the ladies in chat can describe it better how she would manage to get it in there, because, like, it's something you jam your arm into and have to, like, you know, do that. But, like, the dude can easily, like, I know, man, I know myself here, I can easily aim that in. She keeps the thing open because it's only open with an arm in there, and she might be happy with an arm full of piss. Like, it's better than losing another pint of blood, right? And maybe it's not fair. It's measuring... Actually, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You know, that's a good question. I don't know. But I feel like even a little bit would help, right? Like, even a little bit would probably help. It's larger than 10 pints. It would help. As Nicole, if you're doing good. It would definitely help, even a little bit. Isn't blood heavier? Right, but I mean, it's still like... you know, I don't know, Chet. That's actually a great question. You know, let me double check here. I didn't think about that. All right, hold on. It's called 10 pints of sacrifice. I will say now, though, while Jigsaw does punish cheating, in this case, he wouldn't be able to, because Mark Hoffman is currently AFK. I know he is. Let's see here. I think it's weight, by the way. I do think it's weight. They just say, actually, wait, they suggest putting water in. Hold on. They actually, hold on, chat. They do suggest putting water in. They actually do recommend, like, oh, we can put water in there. They actually do recommend that, and they say no because they can't get back to the other room because they're locked behind them. Is it timed? It is timed, yes. But they do suggest putting water in, so I do believe piss could have worked. I think which are red for blood. Sounds good. I'm not saying it's a grand idea. I'm just saying, it, like, again, a lot of the reason this trap fails is because the people are really stupid. That being said, it's still kind of cool, but just saying. I'm sorry that turned more into a rant about piss than anything, but you know what? We had a good laugh, I think. Anyway, coffin glass, dude. All right, chat, ready? Ready? Obviously, we're fucking S tier, baby. All right, chat, we haven't an S tier since Saw 2. We have not seen an S tier since Saw 2. The glass coffin. God damn, the glass coffin is one of the best traps in the fucking franchise. God damn. Okay, let me tell you. The glass coffin is the entire lead up of Saw 5. This whole movie, you have the cat and mouse between Hoffman and Strom. And the very end of the movie, you have Strom walking into a room with a glass coffin. He plays his tape. It says, "Hello, Strom." At this point, I think you even know it's Mark Hoffman. It's straight up, you know it's him. Strom knows at this point. He's fully on his ass. I think the tape even sounds like Mark Hoffman. It's not even Jigsaw at this point. He's straight up just Mark Hoffman. And he looks at it. He's thinking about it. He's told, the only way you're getting out of this room is in that coffin. What happens is Hoffman gets behind him, and then Strom throws him in. Hoffman is then lowered in the glass coffin. Strom is happy he won. The coffin lowers into the ground. The walls start closing in, and Strom is defeated. Dude, it's like on fucking peak with, like, you love cat and mouses. It is the peak moment the cat catches the mouse, or the mouse catches the cat in this case, because I guess Hoffman's on being chased. You have the victory right there. Not only that, Hoffman then abuses that victory by taking Strom's fucking hand and using it to fake evidence in later movies. Like, it is so badass. He literally gets all the resources at that point. The whole game was planned at that point. Like, they blamed all the traps in Saw 5 on Strom because the whole lead up was building to that. Strom was a dumbass who kept visiting past locations because he was trying to figure it out, but he wasn't a dumbass. He was trying to figure out the case. And it's such a cool end game, and the payoff is so fucking good. And that's why Saw 5 is a good movie. Dude, the fucking piss trap or the electric bathtub or ceiling jars, dude, no, all those are fucking lame. Glass Coffin is the reason that movie ranks high. Like, you could ignore the main game story and just focus on Hoffman, and there you go. I am a Hoffman enjoyer. A lot of people aren't. I enjoy Hoffman. What could I say? RX Tennis, thank you for the raid. What were you doing today? Tell me all about it. You were playing... Let's see. How do I do this? You were playing Street Fighter 6. Hope you had fun, and welcome on in. Hope you had a good stream. Talking about the Saw franchise. You just finished with the Saw 5. Chat, we finally have an entry into S tier once again. A tier actually stays pretty empty. We get one into B. We get a couple in C, and unfortunately, we do have a couple in Ds. Get it? Ds. Overall, Saw 5 is a decent movie. It leans a lot more to the dumb stuff of the main game, but the side game is very redeemable and probably one of the best at that point. But now we lead into Saw 6. If you don't know about Saw 6, how's it, Mars? What are we doing today? We'll look one in. Saw 6 is a movie that at this point is a bit weirder, and I want you to take it with a grain of salt. Saw 6 is considered a bit of a revival. A lot of people like 6. I think it ranks on par with 4 in terms of movie quality. But Saw 6 tends to be a lot weirder because it was actually made to be a commentary on the American healthcare crisis. Every now and again, a director will use a movie or a medium to try to make a political statement. And in this case, they made this to talk about, I think this came out around the time Obamacare was being heavily debated in the US. So keep that in mind. A lot of the stuff in this is talking about that topic, and that's why it's designed that way. And even gets really like, what's the word? You know, nail on the head when you start hearing things like, so you decide who lives and dies when he's talking about healthcare plans. And the whole thing is about John Kramer trying to get a healthcare plan. And it's still relevant today, so. Is it a great movie? It's not the best, but you know what? It's fun, albeit a little bit dumb. Saw got political, right? Saw got political, you ruined it. What's the meme? It's just a little bit ham-fisted, but it's still not a bad movie. I think it's still solid and does what it wants to do. Anyway, that being said, let's take a look at them. Pound of Flesh. Okay, this one gets memed on a lot. I think a lot of YouTubers mention this one as the, hey, why don't you try pissing on it or shitting on it or throwing vomit onto it? Because the idea behind this one is that you need to weigh down a, Life is Strange. I hope you had fun, RX Tennis. Hope it was a good stream. And hope you had a good time with Life is Strange Street Fighter. Wait, hold on. What main are you? If you say Mariska, I hope you had a bad stream. If you say anything else, I hope you had a good stream. I don't actually want you to have a bad stream. I just I'm an anti-Mariska man. I'm tired of getting my ass beat by Mariskas. I am salty, yes. But I do hope it actually went well in all seriousness. Anyway, Pound of Flesh. Yeah, this trap, it's a solid one. It's fun. I like the imagery. I'm putting it in C tier. I'm putting it in C. It's a 1v1. Actually, you know what? Let's put it in B, just because I was about to tell you about something else. Let's put it in a solid B tier. Why B tier? Because this is going after people who do payday loans. Fuck payday loans, man. This one deserves it. Fuck that, man. Absolute scum of the earth. It's predatory to a lot. Chat, don't take a payday loan. If you're watching this YouTube video, don't take a payday loan. They're predatory. They're terrible. They will rob you of money that you will not be able to pay back. They are bad. You know what? Oh, yeah, this movie's the one about insurance. Don't take payday loans. So, what's required is these people are scamming people with payday loans, and they're required to give a pound of flesh. You have an average black woman versus a fat white guy. That's, if you don't remember what the trap is, the fat white guy starts cutting off her fat, and then the black chick, what she does is, it's really fucking cool. She is hacking her arm, and it's boom, 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 and she is getting into it. She drops in the arm, and she ends up winning. And then there's like drills in the head, which are like okay. A lot of people meme on this trap though, because you can end up, you know, dumping anything on there. Although Jigsaw does catch cheaters, so maybe you can't dump anything, but I like it a lot. Also, even better, apparently that trap, I learned from watching a lot of online YouTubers like Dead Meat and stuff. Apparently that trap was actually a contest winner. She won a contest to be in the Saw movie. Yeah, the Scream Queen contest, yeah. And Pound of Flesh is the trap that did it. And she also comes back in Saw 7. She's actually a really cool character, and I'm really happy for her. You know, chat, I rate that trap a lot higher. The more I talk about it, the higher. It's going to be a high B. It'll be like in the highest B. Gonna play RE3 Remake again. I hope you enjoy it, Tennis. So, I like that trap. It's actually really fun, and I like the fact that the fans can get involved. I don't know, I'm a little bit chummy when fans of the franchise can get involved. I think it's sweet. Oxygen Crusher. Fucking imagine. Can you imagine? Okay, I don't remember the name of the dude. I'm just gonna describe the chat to you, and I'm gonna ask you if this is fair, okay? You have the main insurance guy fighting his janitor. The janitor's in the trap because his doctor told him to stop smoking, and he keeps smoking. So he got put into a saw trap. You didn't listen to your doctor, dead. And also he like almost wins, but then he dies and pisses himself, and it's just kind of sad. I mean, it's neat. It's a fun way to start it off. It's not actively terrible, but it's really tough. Like, imagine if like Jigsaw said, "You have been eating too much sodium lately. You're going to die. Run a mile or you die." And then the trap's neat. You have to hold your breath longer. Aesthetically, it's cool. I want to give credit. Aesthetically, it's really cool. It's just so fucking stupid. I think the guy's name's like Hank or something. So, anyway, Oxen Crusher's the first of the main traps, and it goes there. The gallows, dude. All right, I'm gonna say right now, fucking F tier. Okay, I hate the gallows. It is one of the funniest traps. Electric bathtub, I give shit. Gallows, dude, fuck the gallows. I don't like the gallows. The gallows is absolutely not fair. Like, it is, like, when people talk about bullshit, dude, the gallows is a winnable trap that is also bullshit. What is the trap? You have, all right, so people like the gallows. I don't know if anyone did, but he is trash. All right, this one's rough all around. Let me tell you what it is. The main guy needs to grab 2 chains, right? And you find out these chains are actually chains of barbed wire that are wrapped around both of our people's necks. One of them is his file clerk, and the other one is his receptionist. He's supposed to judge based on his policy plan on who's more willing to live, which should be the young man, but then he, apparently, it's funny because, like, they show, like, the woman, like, the old woman, like, a loving family and, like, all the bright moments in her kids, and then, like, they just have random pictures of, like, the young man just staring into the distance alone. It's like, what? Why did he take these pictures? He's just, like, alone. So, since the guy is lonely, they kill him? But, like, he didn't do anything. He was just lonely. He didn't have any friends. What kind of fucking trap is that? Like, at least everyone else, you can argue, like, oh, you know, they're addicted to drugs, which you shouldn't, you know, be killing drug addicts. Some people were, you know, like, committing prostitution. They're breaking the law. This guy just didn't have any friends. He had a job. No, the woman was just some old woman. She was a receptionist. That's all she did. She was a receptionist, she was diabetic, and had a family. That's it. She was diabetic. That's what she did. She had diabetes. I don't even think they mentioned type 1 or type 2. She just had diabetes. She was old. It was meant to be a call out for the main character because, oh, by your policy, the lonely man should live, and then they kill the lonely man. So, it just kind of mean in a way that shouldn't be mean. Like, I never liked the gallows. It's one of the most unfair ones, and it's not even like an unwinnable trap like the pendulum, the anvil trap, or even the classroom trap. It's just, what the fuck? Why? Why? Well, she already repopulated. He had more of a chance than she did. Yeah, they just like leave her hanging there, and then they save her, but I don't know how they save her. They're like, don't worry, the police will eventually get you down. How? How? Okay. Steam Maze, D tier. Why? The Steam Maze is cool in concept, but it plays a lot like the scalping seat. So in this one, let me look at the main character's name. Hold on. I'm tired of saying the dude. The main character is William Easton, okay? This is the insurance man, William Easton, okay? And what William has to do is he has to save the company attorney, I think, who is helping him battle the lawsuit that they're dealing with. And what he has to do is he has to turn steam valves to help her out. I like that. That's kind of cool. You know, it's an equal game where she needs to pass by with steam, and they both need to take a little bit of pain to make it work. The problem, you find out that apparently Bobby has a key sewn inside of him. She gets a knife at the end of it, and she has to kill Bobby to get her key to victory. She also has like a giant needle going through her chin or jaw, which I feel like if they omitted the finale, I'd rank it a little bit higher, like on B or C, but I don't know. I just don't like the idea that, why did she have to do that? Like, why did William have to die there? Like, admittedly, they work together. That's kind of cool. Like, maybe she should have her own trap at the end, but like, all William had to do was say fuck off. Like, him being nice gets punished? Why? Like, I get it for Rig. Rig is actually told, hey, you gotta let people do their own thing, but William Easton is being judged for being a dick. Shouldn't he be helping people? But apparently no, they do the key thing again, which, that's why it ranks low. It's kind of like the scalping seat, which at least this one has credit, but like, this one, I just don't like the fact that, oh, there's a key inside of you, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't feel earned. The guy's being nice. He should be rewarded for that. I don't know why he's getting punished. Okay. Shotgun Carousel. Boom. Okay. Saw 6 ain't all bad. It ain't all bad, man. There's a reason it was in all the marketing. The Shotgun Carousel is the iconic trap of the movie. It doesn't quite hit S tier. Shotgun Carousel's cool. In the movie, what they have the, I think it's called the dog team. And what happens is it's 6 people, Saw 6 people, who are stuck on a carousel. And what happens is it spins around to a shotgun. And what the shotgun will do is, if William does not sacrifice one of his hands, it will shoot the people. He can sacrifice both hands if he wants to. He doesn't have to. But he is able to save 2 people, and these people are the people who were actively finding the loopholes that allowed him to, be a dick with his insurance policies and deny people coverage. And I don't know, I like it. I think it's a lot of fun. You have a lot of people who have been actively terrible, pining against each other. You know, like a woman's like, oh, I'm pregnant. No, she's not. She's lying. And then they're like telling people why they're all terrible. They're all digging each other's trash. Like, I don't know, it kind of just shows the worst of all of them in a good way. And I like that. I also like that he does choose who to save. There's some downsides to this. Like, for one, it does seem like he probably could have been a bit more selective. He saves, I think, 2 of the chicks, and then the last guy's really overdramatic. Like, that guy definitely hams it up a bit, but overall, it's a fun trap. It's a very fun trap, and there's no reason why it's high up. It's a fun one to watch. The Acid Room. Okay, this is a hard one. Let's put it at C. I think C's fair. The Acid Room's weird. So this is William Easton's ultimate game. Throughout the game, he's had these 4 locks on his, arms and legs that would detonate if he did not get to the end on time. At the end of the game, you find out that the whole time, the game wasn't his game. Throughout the movie, it would show a mother and son, which the son's the kid from Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick or some shit. And these people are terrified. They're absolutely terrified. Like, it's just a innocent mother and son put into a saw trap with a timer ticking down and nothing else. They said, oh, your father is the reason you're here, and like, it's ominous as hell, and it's terrifying for them. Like, oh my god, why the fuck would you do that? At the end, they do apologize to them, and they give them the benefit to kill or give mercy to William Easton. I like it. Obviously, William Easton shouldn't have full agency because he ends up leading to the death of the father, and throughout the whole movie, he thinks he's gonna save the family. We find out he's actually trying to save his sister because they're talking about family. It's like, oh, hey, sis, hey, bro. It's shit like that, and, well, it's not amazing. It's at least kind of fun enough, you know? So, I put it directly in the middle. It's not exactly the best, but it's kind of fun. I like that he apologized and say, hey, you know what? You don't normally get this because the police won't do it for you, but you can kill one guy on me. It's the Jigsaw killing pass or something. Like, oh, I'm allowed to kill you. Jigsaw told me I'm And then the mom can't do it, and then Roderick goes, you killed my father, dick, and then he pulls the switch, and then, oh god, it's messy. It's really messy. And then we have the Bear Trap 2.0. Now, chats, I might be biased, because I'm a Hoffman enjoyer, but we actually get another entry into S tier. I am a Mark Hoffman enjoyer. So, this is 2.0 because it is a newer model of the reverse bear trap. This reverse bear trap is a trap meant for Mark Hoffman. Throughout the movie and throughout a lot of the movies, you actually find out that Mark Hoffman has been told he will be tested. We don't know what it is, but apparently behind the scenes, Jill Tuck has been given instructions to test Mark Hoffman. We don't know ultimately if he was meant to, how he was meant to solve this because Jill ends up locking him to a chair and leaving him to be unwinnable. But Mark Hoffman beats an unwinnable trap by, as he's locked to a chair, right? His hands tied to a chair, bear trap on 60 seconds. Within the 60 seconds, he uses the trap to bash his hand bloody, uses the blood to slip out of the restraint, unties the other hand, tries to yank off the trap. The trap, he ends up jamming his face inside of metal bars. The trap then goes off, and he literally rips his jaw apart to get himself out of the trap. And it is such a badass finale to that movie. And it paves, like, oh my god, it is something to watch. I'm gonna try it, I'll take it easy. And honestly, I give Saw 6 credit. It's a really good finale, and it is pretty damn good. So, I rank it high. It leads up to the culmination of Mark Hoffman. Throughout the entire movies as well, they've been talking about how much Mark Hoffman likes brutality, and, we're gonna show him brutality, and he sees brutality. Like, goddamn right there. The man literally has to brutalize his face to get out of that. And then you kind of hit the weird arc of our next one, Saw 7, or also known as Saw 3D, the final chapter. Alright, chat, this point was Saw 6. We have 4 in F, 6 in S, 7 in A, looks like about 10 in B, 9 in C, and 9 in D. Overall, I think it's pretty varied. Saw 6 actually has better traps, although the movie's a bit rough. No, Jigsaw Saw 8. Right now, we are on Saw 7, also known as Saw 3D. So, let's talk about these ones. Alright, chat, this is easily going to be one of the worst movies. Where's SawCon being held this year? Right here, HypnoShark. We're doing a full thing of the Saw series. We played Saw 1, the game all cutscenes, played Saw 2, the game all cutscenes. I'm currently talking about and reviewing every single Saw trap in the franchise. We've gone through 6 movies, and we have 6 more pieces of Saw media to go. Okay, up next is the public execution. C tier. I can't put it in fucking S. No, it's C tier. It's C tier. It's C tier. It's C tier. It's fun. So, this is also nicknamed the Simp Trap. It is the Simp Trap. Oh, we will, Ajmal. We will. How do I put this? So, this is the opening trap of the movie, and they have 3 people inside of a public glass box, and there's an audience, which is really weird. They've never had an audience for a Saw trap. They have an audience for this one. And the trap is that 2 dudes are told, this woman has been playing you and making you shoplift for her and taking things to give her things. You are simps. Work together or kill each other. Your call. And there's 3 saw blades, one in the middle, one on the left, one on the right. You either have to push the saw blade to the other side or leave it in the middle and work together. Ultimately, it's a bro moment. They work together, and she ends up dying with a saw blade to the gut. It is literally, as it sounds, the simp trap. I am not kidding. It is the simp trap. It's also, how the fuck did that get put together? It's dumb, but it's kind of funny. But it's fun moments, but it's really dumb. Even more so, I'll talk about later. Because this leads to the end of the movie, as strange as that sounds. Okay, anyway, Pain Train. Oh god, the Pain Train's an immediate F tier. Oh, how do I define this move? Alright, chat, this is gonna be one of the wackiest traps. Let me explain. This is a dream trap and not a real trap. The idea of the Pain Train is Jill Tuck has a nightmare about Mark Hoffman hunting her down because, you know, she tried to kill him. What it is Mark Hoffman is riding a death train. I think he sends it off. It is a giant, like, it's a fucking arrow. Jill is strapped, like, you know, braless, sexy, in, like, a nighting gown. Like, she's tied to ropes, and he just fucking sends, like, death train. And then it goes down the tracks, it's playing some new metal, and then she just blows the fuck up, titties in 3D. Like, it shows, like, you know, like, it shows her, like, nighting gown, she's not wearing a bra, and, like, it's horny, it's a horny fucking trap, and it's the Pain Train. Like, what the fuck? It's mean! It's, like, why? Why did you put that in the movie? She's just getting ran down by a train, and then she wakes up, and she's, like, a little excited, and it's like, what? I'm really confused. Like, again, watch it back. She's like, I think she's like a little smile or some shit, and it's like, I don't fucking know. Saw 7 gets really weird. That being said, it's still better than like the rest of these in here, admittedly, but like, it's just so fucking goofy. All right, the horsepower trap. This one I am putting on C tier, honestly. So the horsepower trap. Actually, hold on. Nah, let's put it on C tier. So the horsepower trap's a little bit weird, and it's a plot-relevant trap, but also it's a little bit of a neat reference. So, if you don't know this, if you watch the Saw movies, anyone here watch the Saw movies? If you don't know this, you're probably a fan of nu metal. What does that mean? Well, the horsepower trap decided that the Venn diagram of nu metal fans and Saw fans is quite literally a circle. So, the guy from Linkin Park always wanted to be in one of the movies, so they got the guy from Linkin Park. He plays as a neo-Nazi who has his back glued to a chair. It's super glued, and by the way, yeah, it is unwinnable. But what happens is he needs to reach forward, pull an emergency brake, so he can release all of his neo-Nazi's friends. It's a domino effect, because I think what happens is the car goes off, it crushes his girlfriend's head, it, I think pulls a man apart and, like, rams another one. And it's actually really fucking cool. Like, I almost want to put it on B. You know, let's actually put it on B tier. Like, it's one of those things that, do you know how fan service can be nice sometimes? It's gonna be a low B, but it's still a B. It's awesome. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a little bit plot relevant because you find out that they needed that trap to die in order for the plot to happen. But also, who here or who watches Saw and doesn't like the patented Linkin Park screams? Dude, he is literally doing, like, you know the Linkin Park, when all the, like, they're going into it, going hard, and then you hear, like, you hear the screaming. It is literally that, and it's fun. And also, I kind of like the cheekiness as you'll see that we're all the same color on the inside, and his back is fucking all red because he's dying and, like, he's dead, and I don't know, I think it's funny. It's an anti-racist trap, and I don't know, it's very fan-servicey. I love the movies. I love them, Psychosis. I really like the Saw movies, and that's okay, sweet. I'll be going over all of them. I've been wanting to do this for a while. That's why, I've kind of been waiting for this, but also, chat, this is all off the top of my head. Every now and again, I have to look up the names, but I tend to remember a lot of how the traps go. The lawnmower... Dude, fucking bottom of D tier. This is a trap that exists for, like, one scene, And it's about an abusive husband or abusive boyfriend and a victim girlfriend. And you remember I mentioned how the spike trap was kind of cool because she ends up getting salvation? Like, I think they don't really mention why she's in the trap. You just know that she's abused. Their boyfriend and girlfriend, and like, she just like slaps him and then he falls into a bunch of lawnmowers, and like, it's just meant to be something that's there. And honestly, it is kind of mean and not all that fun. It's during a Saw survivors group where they kind of flash back to a lot of other traps and traps that never happened, and it just lacks the nuance that the spike trap lacked. Like, I agree, like, why is she being punished? Like, this one is actually being abused. Like, we don't know she did anything wrong. In fact, like, did she? Let me look it up. Maybe she did. Like, we don't really get to see long enough in this one because it's just a quick thing. Like, it's supposed to be a support group, which... Let's see here. I'll read it from the, yeah, it just mentions that she was frequently abused, which is Jigsaw just dealing out revenge, but like, what if he won? Like, what if he won? F tier, I put it on D just because at the very least, it's still a trap and she lives. Like, if they killed her, like, it's gonna be a low D. It's gonna be a very low D, but it's still like D at the very least. It's not like mean. And honestly, I still like to be fair. I still like to be quite fair with how a lot of it goes. Okay. Suspended cage. Let's put this one on... maybe... oh, God. Let's put D tier. This is gonna be a high D, but still a D. This is the beginning of Bobby's game. We'll talk more about Bobby, but the idea of Bobby is Bobby was faking writing a book about being in a saw trap. So for... again, chat, I mentioned, Jigsaw does not like copyright infringement or the stealing of intellectual property. So if you decide to do that, you know what, oh, chat, so I don't end the suspended cage. Again, Cody Leach, Leach? Cody Leach. Thank you for making this tier list. I have added to it. If you want to ever run it back with the ads, hit me up. I'll let you know if you watch this. I'll put your description in the YouTube video. I don't want to end up in the suspended cage or the shotgun chair. I mentioned Jigsaw doesn't like copyright infringement, so the reason for 7 is literally because of copyright infringement. This guy Bobby writes a book about being a Saw survivor, being in fake traps, so Jigsaw puts him in real traps. And the first one is the suspended cage, which, what if you're zoned out? You can just die in this. He has to like swing a cage and the bottom opens up and he has to just make a jump. But like, what if he doesn't? I hope you have a good day, Michael. I hope you're having a good day so far. Good day to you. So I'm putting it in a D. It's not as bad as a lawnmower, but it's still just kind of weird. Like, it's, okay. Silent Circle. Okay, chat, it's been a while. A tier. You probably never thought that Saw 7 would have an A tier. The Silent Circle is so fucking badass. Oh my god. This one is visceral. This one is mean. Like, if you're gonna watch a movie, it's for this trap. This is one of the best ones in the franchise. God damn. So this is his publicist, right? This is the publicist. Strapped, you know, she's in a, what's those vests called? The insane asylum, what are they called? Straight jacket, thank you, straight jacket. That was my worries of being good. Yeah, straight jacket. She's in one of those, and she has 4 prongs going to her neck. Also, as well, there is a fish hook in her body. What Bobby needs to do is, there's a key attached to the fish hook. He needs to yank a key out of her body while he is tearing apart her body. I mean, you'd probably die from this in fairness to realism, but her body is being torn apart with a fish hook. All throughout. Here's the mean part. Ready? There's a decibel system in the room. There is a decibel system. If he gets too loud, the 4 prongs start moving in on the neck. Fuck this? What? What do you mean? You mean me or do you mean that? Or do you mean something else? Same fix with Bleach. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. So, I like this one. How's your thug? Good meowing to you. Hope you're doing good. Well, I don't think it's winnable in all fairness, because I think you would die from the fishhook. But god damn, it is so fucking cool. And here's the thing, it does. It really does. That's why I like it so much. I think it's really cool. Like, aesthetically, it's awesome. The room just, you know, it works really well with the, when you watch the movie, it's all quiet. Like, mixing during that part is so fucking good. And I like the Silent Circle. It's brutal. It is a very brutal one. You don't like Saw X? I like Saw X. I enjoyed it. The Impalement Wheel. Honestly, let's put this in, like, B tier. Probably in B tier. Let me double check this one exactly, because this is probably one of the ones I remember the least. I remember what the trap does. I'm trying to remember what Bob... Oh, I remember. I don't have to look it up. I remember it. This one's weird. I don't know if Bobby is meant... Like, I don't know if Bobby actively worked out. But, like... how do I put this? Chat, have you ever done a shoulder press? Have you ever done a shoulder press? Or have you ever done calf raises? You have? The impalement wheel is working out. To win the trap, you have to, like, you have to do a calf raise. You have to do a calf raise where you stand on your tippy toes and you have to lift up something, right? Except it jams, like, blades into your shoulders and it hurts. And you have to do it for a set amount of time. It's literally going to the gym. I mean, the trap's kind of cool because if you run out of time, it kind of impales her eyes and mouth, and it's pretty gory. But it's weird. Like, why? Also, like Stuck as Jigsaw, we'll get to that on later. But over Saw 11, I hope they have more with Amanda and Hoffman. They need both of them together. No pain, no gain, literally. The reason why she's in the trap is I think she's like a lawyer. Like, again, she's his lawyer, which is weird. There's a lot of lawyers in these traps, which is kind of funny. I'll turn up a little bit here. Also, wait, Eurothug, I think I saw you retweet the person who made this tier list once. I've been mentioning it here on when I upload this to YouTube. I'm putting in the description, but I think it was Cody. Is that Leach or Leach? I've added a little bit to it. And I mentioned if Cody wants to, you know, borrow any of these, he absolutely can. But yeah. Oh, the shotgun wheel. Oh, that was A tier. We make that high. It sucks. Either way, I give him props. I wanted to make sure I like. He's a YouTube reviewer. I give it a lot of props. I'm gonna do the research when I upload it to YouTube, and we'll. I don't want to end up in the suspended K. I don't want to end up in Saw 7 or the what is it, the shotgun chair. So, I will be doing the what is it, the sources. Yeah, I'm not gonna end up like that. I'm not gonna get one video. So Dan was the lawyer from the child based on the whole See No Evil, Speak No Evil. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Because this one's no Speak No Evil. This one was See No Evil. And I know this one was wait, Speak No Evil, Say No Evil. There's another one. I don't know what this one was, but it wasn't that. Because this one's Speak No Evil, and then the next one's See No Evil, kind of. Anyway, the next one, Hangman's Noose. Oh god, dude. Here? And maybe here. I think it's here. This one's weird. Actually, no, this one's Hear No Evil. Well, you're right. So that one was See No. This one's Hear No Evil. Which, this one's weird. I put it on low C. It's interesting until you think about it, because the idea behind this is they put his best friend in a trap because, oh, he heard all of his plan and did nothing about it, so he's gonna be punished for being his friend. And, you know, getting some payoff for that. That was a Wonder Week. Remember it once again. Hey. Okay. What, Indy Mouse? Hey, is that Cody Leach? That's what I'm using here, Cody Leach. Anyway, going back to the Hangman's Noose. It's just rough because it's interesting in concept. What Bobby has to do is he has to guide his friend using his voice and tell him how to move. The problem, the only way to win the trap is that his best friend has to make a throw without his eyes. That's something Michael Boris to Saw 11. I'm hoping we'll get that. Which, that's not fair at all. What the fuck? Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. So this has been a thing done by a few people then. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Anyway. That's why it's on C tier. It's not as bad as some of the other ones, and it's still pretty cool to watch. I don't like the idea of, I mean, how do you make that throw? Also, he apparently just drops it? Oh, wait, no. Bobby has to make the throw and he has to catch it, which even still, why can't he just hand it to him? Oh, it's not fair. I feel like it's kind of a way to kill the character without having to worry, which unfortunate, but what can we do? Anyway, wisdom teeth. Fuck it, beats here. I mean, the guy just yanking out his teeth and grabbing a code. Oh no, at this point with Saw 7, simplicity kind of wins overall. Sometimes it's nice. A simple trap is nice. What could I say? There's no bullshit. Yank out your teeth. Pull out your teeth. And it's refreshing somehow. I'm not gonna lie. With some of the shit Saw 7 does, it's gonna be a low B, high C. It's refreshing. Like, it's kind of similar to Razor Wire. All right, pull out your teeth. Yeah, it's painful. I can't imagine. Dude, I don't want to yank out my teeth. That scared the shit out of me. I had so many nightmares of my teeth falling out. But you know what? I put on beats here. Pull out your teeth. Probably not another 118. All right, the Brazen Bull. I'm putting it in a rough C tier. This one's mean, and this is the crux of the game. I think I like it for the coolness, but it's really mean. You'll notice about Saw 7, it's really mean to a lot of women in general. I don't know why Saw 7 is so mean. You had the pain train that just rams Jill Tuck. You had the sim trap, which just has the dudes working together to kill the chick. You had a chick's eyes getting impaled. You had a chick having her throat fucking slashed by a fishhook. The Brazen Bull, what's the background music? Oh, I'm using the Sound Hill OST. The Brazen Bull is probably the meanest because it is Bobby's grand failure. He writes about this trap where he had his pectoral muscles, he jabbed hooks into them, and then he had to climb up chains to plug in an extension cord. And then he opened a door, which I don't know if he can really do that. Maybe he could have. I feel like he could have used his pants or something, but like, even if it was doable or not, it's just kind of mean because, yeah, the wife just sort of is in trouble for marrying Bobby, which she never knew about anything. She actually is getting lied to. And I think they use in the movie, oh, she helped him his career, but like, she didn't know anything. Maybe it's because she sought out Saw victims. Maybe that's it. Maybe you shouldn't be trying to date Saw victims. Maybe that's her lesson, but it's kind of mean. And that's why I rank it on a low C. It's a cool trap, and like, the Brazen Bull is cool. It's mean. It's very mean. You don't ever really learn why the wife deserves any of it. I guess it's because Bobby failed, and that's what he loves most, but Bobby just crying while the wife's burning to death, and I don't think Bobby even dies. He just cries, and then we never see him again. Like, maybe he died, but I don't actually know. Anyway, Sentry Gun Trap. Chat, this is another one of those traps. It's not a trap. What's the trap? Gun. Have you ever walked into a gun? That's the trap. Just imagine walking in front of a shooting range. Oh, wow, you died. There it is. What's the trap? Don't try to arrest Jigsaw. Oh my god, what a trap. The cyanide box, yet another death trap. The whole idea behind it is that, it's just death. You're just killing them. It's murder. Oh wow, what do? Don't be a cop. Which I guess you can argue is a lesson in its own right, but like, they're just working. They're trying to capture Jigsaw, serial killer. And then they died, so, okay. Anyway, the Bear Trap 3.0. This is the final trap of the movie, and I'm going to go on a few things about this one. I'm going to put this one surprisingly at B tier. I just don't think we really, we don't really get most of the payoff that the other ones does. Sometimes the anticipation of the Bear Trap is cooler than the release of the Bear Trap. Mark Hoffman goes through his slasher arc. He ends up murdering literally all of the cops in the precinct. He is like Michael Myers at this point, stabbing the shit out of everyone. He goes into Jill Tuck's room. He beats the shit out of her, forces her into the old school reverse Bear Trap. It's the one Amanda was in fact. And then he just watches her as she dies, which... Part of the fun of the Saw trap is that they can work to get out of it, but he could have just beat her to death and it's the same thing. It's still a cool trap because we finally get to see it in action, but that's why it's a B. It's the culmination of the last movies, but realistically, it's just Mark Hoffman being brutal, which, that's why I rank it at B. As well, I saw 7 as a movie. It's something weird, but the simp trap, I mentioned it at C, right? So apparently, the simp trap is set up by Lawrence Gordon. Something that's weird that doesn't go over here is apparently Lawrence Gordon was in the background the whole time, and he was, doing things throughout the franchise. He was the third pig. Him and the boys end up kidnapping Mark Hoffman and throwing him in the bathroom. So that's why this ranked at C, because Lawrence Gordon comes back at the end. Which is funny enough, we go back to the sim trap. Which, I don't know why he did that, because that seems like a trap Mark Hoffman would make, but, I don't think too hard about it. Alrighty. That is 7 Saw movies. We have 5 more pieces of Saw media left. Oh my god, this is so fucking long! My god, how long has this been? Holy shit! Okay, chat, you can see how it is here. We have a few in S tier. I'm losing count at this point. Most of them are around the middle. We have a lot of B's and C's, a few A's, a couple S's, and we got a lot more F's that time around. Saw 7, pretty rough. But you know what? We have Jigsaw coming up right now, chat. God, I need water. Alright, chat, you know what? I have an idea really quick. I have an idea. I do need to play an ad on Twitch, so here's what we're gonna do. I am going to be right back, because I want to grab more water, and I think we can use a moment to go to the bathroom to stand up, okay? So, what I'm gonna do is, on YouTube, I'm gonna edit this VOD to come back to when we're back, but on Twitch, I am going... No, not developers, wait, what the fuck? Oh, there we go. Why did I play developers, what? Weird. Okay. Alright, anyway, chat, I'm gonna do the rest in a moment here. I want to get more water, and I want to pee. Plus, I gotta play an ad. So, if you would like to avoid the ads, we have a lot to service of the channel. If you're enjoying the stream, follow the channel, and there is my social media. Yeah, alright, Prime Gaming. Alright, chat, I'm gonna be right back really quick. Close your eyes for 3 minutes. Alright, I really need to stop talking for a moment. I need a slight talking break, okay? Alright, yay, Prime Gaming, here it goes. Alrighty. God, my poor voice. Holy shit, I'm dying.
Alrighty, I am back.
As long as it's low quality, Joll. Alrighty, chat. Alrighty. I think it's, hold on. It is this one, I think? Let me see. Alright, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I probably added the VOD to be back around here, so welcome back. I got water, I got coconut water. Here, it's good for my throat. I peed. We're all back, yeah? We're all back, chat? We're all back? We're all back? Okay. So, if you're watching at this point, we have left off. Maybe you're just coming in, maybe you're right back, maybe you peed, maybe we're all back. You're watching at this point. Going off pulp, new? I don't think so. Ingredients, coconut water. No pulp. Lemon juice, oh yeah, of course. At this point, we have all the ones in S tier. This is what the list looks like. I'm not gonna go over all of them at this point. You can look at it really quick. We're gonna go over all of them at the end. Still have 5 more pieces of Saw media to get through. I think there's more, but like, maybe that'll be another time. So, 5 more, chat. Ready? God, there's a lot of Saw tier listing today, isn't there? Okay. So, going into the movie Jigsaw, this is the first of the revival movies. Saw 7 was the final chapter. At that point, Amanda is dead, Jigsaw is dead, Mark Hoffman is dead, or, you know, imprisoned. And Lawrence Gordon is the only one left. However, Jigsaw doesn't really care. Why? It's also, hold on, what is this one? There. Jigsaw is what I would call the worst movie in the franchise. A lot of people like this one. I more than Spiral. Personally, I like Spiral more. I think Spiral's a better movie than this one. This one's bad. This is the first of the revivals and features flashbacks of John Kramer, and you have weird shit like apparently John Kramer having really modern technology like extremely flat screen TVs back in like 2002 or some shit like that. They're all canon to each other as of right now, unless stated otherwise. Unfortunately, Jigsaw is not good, so I'll say that right now. This is probably the worst of the movies. Saw 8, also known as Jigsaw. The Bucket Room. I guess it looks kind of cool. C tier. All the contestants of Saw, the game, all the members of the game are in the bucket room. There's a bucket. You are slowly getting pulled to a wall with saws. You need to give up a little bit of blood. It tells you this or something like that. You have to give up something. I don't remember what it is. But each of them have to, like, get cut by it. One of the guys is sleeping and gets, like... he gets, like, his back lacerated, and then Jigsaw's like, I'm so sorry. No. What you're thinking about is, I ranked it earlier, where is that one? Necktie Trap. That's the necktie. This is the bucket room. Yeah, somebody accidentally gets his back lacerated because he was apparently sleeping when it started. So Jigsaw was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen. And then he becomes his apprentice, which that's the twist of the movie, and it's fucking stupid. So, also, I'm gonna say right now for that guy, it's even funnier because, chat, that guy was in, that guy was in the Saw Trap because he accidentally mixed up X-rays. On accident, he mixed up John Kramer's X-ray with another guy's, and then they discovered the cancer too late on an accident. So he decided to put him in a Saw Trap, and then I guess he forgave him, was like, you know what, maybe I'm a bit of a dick. So then he let him be an apprentice, which, yes, that's the main villain of, I don't remember the guy's name, I don't care about Jigsaw. Main villain, Dumbass, I'm calling him Dumbass, okay? So, yeah, Dumbass got his back lacerated, and then he's the main villain, okay? Chain hangers. Okay, I can see it on here. Those are the vials. Chat, Fucking D tier. This trap sucks ass. All right. So this one, they find out that among them, there's 3 vials. 2 of them have poison, and 1 of them has an antidote or something. And apparently, they're talking about how one of the people among them mugged a woman for like $3 and like change. It was like 60 cents or some shit. And also, while stealing the purse, the lady needed her insulin because she was dying of diabetes, and she decided to run away with the insulin. Or she just like didn't give it to her. She just runs away with it. She doesn't sell it. She just doesn't give it to her. Which, why? Why would you do that? Even more so, she's stupid. And they're all stupid. Because the way they solve this one, the way they win the game, is they take all 3 needles and they jam it in her neck, and then she just dies. Yeah, she steals the bag and the insulin's in the bag, and she sees that she's dying. She sees the insulin, and then she just like freezes, takes the change, and then like runs, but doesn't give her the insulin or anything like that. I think she like takes the insulin. She doesn't even steal it. Or she doesn't even like sell it. It's just really stupid. She just doesn't give her the insulin. She just lets her die. Because she wanted like 60 cents or something. Like, it's pathetically sad. Okay, so I gotta double check leg wires here, because leg wires, I'm actually getting a little bit... You know what, hold on, no I'm not. Okay, this is unfair. The way this is routed doesn't seem right to me. So leg wires... Okay. Grain silo and leg wires should be together. Because what ends up happening is this guy is walking upstairs on accident or something, and his leg gets thrown into leg wires. And he's told that he has to chop off his leg to save the people in the grain silo. So this is a punishment, and this is to save everyone. So it's weird that they're separate. Let me just double check. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's right. Hold on, let me see. Leg wires trap jigsaw. Yeah, it says pull the handle and you'll be set free. Oh, no. Okay, I remember now. They are different traps. They're different. They're a little bit different, but they're together. Because he needs to break his leg to be set free, but by being set free, he's able to save the other 2. Oh, no. So, no, it does. It does open the grain silo trap. Yeah, it does open it. Yeah, it actually does open the grain silo. I'm trying to remember how they get into the grain silo. Yeah, they just accidentally fall in. So I guess I'm putting these 2 together because they're one trap. Like, the leg wires go with the grain silo. Like, I guess it makes sense to have both, but how do we put them both, like, I don't know. Oh, a nice C tier. They go together. The grain silo is cool imagery, but like, the guy just... Was he meant to do that? They have a tape for him and everything. Like, they actually have a tape for the guy there, too. Like, yeah, how do they know? Like, he just walked upstairs on accident. It could have been anyone, but they have a tape for the exact guy who walked up the stairs. Which, okay. Also, did they know that these people would be freed? Like, did they know that they would get trapped in the grain silo? Which, the grain silo, God, I actually want to rank it a little bit lower, but putting them both on C is fine. Leg wires is cool. You get your leg trapped. You gotta chop it off for freedom. That's kind of neat. And then grain silo, they trap a calculator in a grain silo, and then they just drop a bunch of farming equipment on them. Grain silos are just naturally dangerous. Don't fall into one. They're really deadly. It is like, oh my God, they're terrifying, dude. Do not fall into one. Anyway, C tier, it's kind of just it's there. Cycle trap, I give it credit that it looks cool. However, C tier. Why is it C tier? Well, a lot of this game, a lot of these ones are gonna be C tier because with this one, how do I put this? The guy in the trap sold a faulty bike to Jigsaw's nephew. So they use the engine of the bike to power on the cycle trap. Well, it looks cool. I hate this trap, and frequently it's the reason I don't like this movie. Because how are you gonna give Jeff shit on all of Saw 3 for wanting revenge? But then, oh, I'm gonna do the same thing Jeff did, but I'm Jigsaw, so I'm allowed to do it. Like, it literally bastardizes older movies. It's one of the only ones that does that. like, it's cool, and the cool factor is the only reason why I don't rank it lower. Like, it's neat. Is the trap faulty? Yeah, they just break the trap, too. I don't think they even solve it. It looks solvable. I don't know how you're meant to do it, but it seems solvable. Honestly, it feels more like a revenge murder than everything, so yeah, let's put it and see. When did Jigsaw put himself in a trap? A couple times, actually. Jigsaw is putting himself in a trap during the bathroom trap. His very first trap can be considered a trap because he died, you know, he had to worry about his stuff. You can argue Amanda's test is him putting himself in front of a trap. Jeff's final test. Where is it? I ranked it, I want to say about here-ish? No. Oh, here it is, right here. D2. Yep. He actually does put himself in test. Shotgun keys. Oh, no. I like this one. I like shotgun keys. You have the protagonists of the, you know, the two main people of the movie who, I think there's one shotgun, and what can happen is you can either, I think it's that you either both walk out or you can kill the other person or something like that. And the big twist is that when you fire the gun, it fires the other way. So it's like a fucking Wile E. Coyote cartoon. And you also find out that there's a woman who, like, has been blaming her husband the whole time for the death of the child, but you find out that apparently she's in the trap because, yeah, it fires backwards. But you find out that the woman apparently murdered the kid on, like, because of postpartum depression, and then she framed the husband, which is why she's in the Saw trap. And then she also has the gun, and then she ends up getting, she gets her comeuppance because she shoots herself. And I like that, at least. Anyway, I don't remember what happens to the winner, though. Hold on, shotgun keys, Jigsaw. Let me double check. Yeah, it's like Anna and Ryan. Apparently, the guy even tries to warn her. Oh, the guy just dies, by the way. That's my other problem. That's not going to be any good. Where's Little Man? Good question. That's the saddest part, by the way. The guy who wins the game just dies? Like, literally just dies. So, I mean, at the very least, I like the comeuppance. I like the fact that she tries to shoot him and then she gets Wile E. Coyote, but, I mean, it's kind of a weak ending. No, the cooler ending, which, why not? We'll put it... How about we put this at B tier? Chat, the story's fucking dumb. I told you everything about it already. The guy accidentally swapped the x-rays. Apparently he's trying to take down a corrupt cop the whole time. That's his plan. I don't really care about the story of Jigsaw. Nobody cares about the story of Jigsaw. It will never be brought back. At the very least, though, the laser collars are a murder. You know what? They're cool. It's literally strong lasers that flower the guy's head. Yep. I am literally putting it B because it is badass. It is B for badass. That is literally it. Jigsaw as a movie sucks. The whole plot is this guy just working to get a cop killed. The cop actually wasn't even doing anything that bad during the events of the movie, funny enough, and apparently it's a lot of pre-stuff he did wrong. But, yeah, it's kind of dumb. Oh, it's completely painless. It's painless for him. The other guy, his head gets floured because it's lasered, so. I don't know how the hell they made that tech either, because, like, it's lasers that, like, burn you and, like, cut your head, so maybe? The main, dumbass's lasers were fake. The cop guy's lasers were real, and the cop guy dies while dumbass lives. You find out dumbass was Jigsaw the whole time, and then he never comes back, because nobody liked Jigsaw. Anyway, surprisingly enough, the highest we get on Jigsaw is B, because there's a couple of cool things, but it's mostly shit. The fact that we didn't get anything in F tier is surprising, but you know what? Jigsaw is not a very good movie. I don't have high praise for it. Spiral is up next, and this is going to be the Book of Saw. Chris Rock decided he wanted to make a Saw movie, and it's a little bit weird, because while there are traps, it's a lot more like a murder scene, but also the game's a lot more of a slasher movie with Saw stuff in it. So just keep that in mind, and we'll go into what we have here. First things first, the subway trap. I will put it on a nice... let's put it on C tier. It's probably going to be in the middle of C or higher C. I like the subway trap. This guy has his tongue tied to like 2 prongs or something, and he needs to yank out his tongue before a train hits him. Obviously, he's meant to die. But, I mean, it's cool. It's neat, it's gory as fuck, and it's a straight up murder. I want to preface this. None of these traps are winnable for the most part. They are straight up murders. Okay? Keep that in mind. That's why we're taking a hit on almost all of these. It's in the very beginning. They murder this guy. It's kind of cool. Finger trap. This one, alright. It's cool, but I'm also putting it in C. The idea behind this one is this guy needs to rip off his fingers or something, or like he needs to get far enough in the machine that pulls off his fingers. But like, he doesn't help at all. Like, he's in water, and if he doesn't do it, he is electrocuted. But like, he just like lays back and like lets like the machine do it. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's painful to do, but why not lean forward at all? He never leans forward. Like, it's winnable. This is actually winnable, but he just doesn't, and then he dies of electrocution. Also, all these people are corrupt cops. That's why they're there. I don't know the exact reason why they're there, but sign up like being sticky fingers or something. It's kind of weird for the plot of Spiral. Like, this is the one I've probably seen the least recent, so do forgive me if I'm wrong on some of the motivations. The wax trap. Okay, you know what? I gotta go B tier. Still not very fun because this is more of an outright murder, but at one point they get all of the police out of the precinct, and then they realize, wait a minute, that was Jigsaw's plan the whole time. So what ends up happening is the commander-in-chief is still there. Jigsaw gets to the commander-in-chief, and then they're pouring hot wax, and they're like trying to drown her. It's actually really awful in a good way, but it's fun. Grisly, but it's fun. It is more of a murder, which is why it doesn't rank any higher, but it's cool. They also get back just in time, and then she is waxed, and it is, oh god. All right, chat, I gotta give credit where credit be due. The Glass Grinder, A tier. Hey, you bet you're surprised that Spiral actually goes into A tier. People hate on Spiral too much. The traps aren't bad. People don't like Spiral because of Chris Rock. The traps are fine, kind of. But the glass cylinder is really cool. So what happens is this is a 2-man trap. You have Chris Rock's character and I think his old partner who was a dirty cop who I think he was like killing people or something like that. I don't remember exactly what he was doing, but he's kind of responsible for the events of the movie being set forth. Anyway, since he's been a dirty cop, what happens is Chris Rock's character is given the ability to leave the room or help him. By helping him, what he has to do is he has to, I think, find a key and free him in time. What the trap does is it has a conveyor belt, and every now and again, there are glass shards firing directly at him, lacerating the body. It looks cool, and you know, it's pretty neat. The big sacrifice, though, is while looking for the key, you know, you can't let him take too much damage or he'll die, so Chris Rock's character has to take a bullet for him, essentially, by standing in front of the glass and taking glass on his back. Admittedly, he probably could have used the trash can to help more and, you know, could be outsmarted a bit, but it's pretty cool. I like the idea of it. I like the idea that you can take a bullet for someone else. I think he ultimately ends up failing because the movie needs them to fail. And also the key was like right in the beginning and apparently he just didn't check, which is why it doesn't go any higher than this. That's gonna be on the low end of A tier, but I don't know. I think it's cool to have that. Also, just the idea of someone launching glass at you is, I don't know, simple as nice. Good question. He just found it. Also, I want to mention all the Spiral's traps are done by a Jigsaw copycat. At this point, John Kramer is dead, and this has no connection barring copycat killings. Yeah, there's some things he could have done, but even then, I still think it's pretty neat. Marcus Banks' test and Spiral. Okay. Fucking D tier. I am full willing to admit, as much as I like Spiral, it has some problems with the story. And this is the one part of the movie that really was like, come on, man, really? Fucking really? Really? Nobody thought about this through. So the idea behind this is, throughout the movie, you're trying to find out who the fake Jigsaw is. There's a lot of red herrings that point it to be Marcus's dad. However, you find out that, oh my god, it was his partner who we thought was dead. He's not actually dead. And apparently he wanted revenge because Marcus's dad ended up doing a police ordinance or police policy where they just kind of beat the shit out of like all the people. And like they gave him a lot more permission to be bad cops. And Marcus wanted to be one of the only good cops there. by, you know, being honorable to the Force. Yeah, ranking all the traps in the movies. Anyway, that's the story leading up to that, and for Marcus's trap, the final test is that he can either join Jigsaw and become a killer, or he can save his dad. However, a lot of the way it's done is really stupid. Like, I don't think he gets a lot of time to think about it. I think he, like, tries going after him to arrest him, and then he just gets away. But then also, the cops are really dumb because they just see the dad on a marionette, like, pretending to hold out a gun, and then they just fucking shoot him. But then they also shoot Marcus, and it's like, he barely had time to do that. Also, like, come on, really? That's the payoff? It's not really a good payoff. And for a movie at that point, I don't even mind the obvious twist of, oh, it was the partner who was faking his death the whole time. It just feels kind of cheap in the end. It's hard to say if it would even get a sequel at that point, because he, you know, he just fucking dies. Plus, it seems like after Spiral, it just kind of goes away. Yep. They have him look like the pretend pig. It doesn't have the real pig. Spiral has issues as a movie. I think it's a fun whodunit. It's not the worst movie. It's certainly not the best. I rank it roughly a little after 6. I still think it's better than the final chapter, and it's definitely better than Jigsaw. But it's still rough. Like, I understand people who say this is the worst one, although I still think Jigsaw's so much worse. So, at this point, Spiral doesn't really reach any higher than A, and we have some new additions to the list, chat. We are going through the list little by little. Nope, we never learned, because up next is Socks. Chat, we have 3 more pieces of Saw media to get to. We have a little bit left here. We're actually doing pretty good. Saw X is the most recent Saw, came out in theaters, and boy, was it actually pretty good. It was a good return to form, and this one's weird timeline-wise. We're looking around Saw 1.5. The eye vacuum, I'm putting it on B. We're starting off on B. Now, Chad, the eye vacuum is used in all the promotional material. And it sucks. All right, what happens is you need to break all 10 of your fingers. If you don't, you get your eyes sucked out. Except it's a dream trap. Apparently, John Kramer sees this guy trying to steal a watch. And then, while watching him, he just goes, And then he devises a trap in his fucking head in like 5 seconds. Like, within 5 seconds, like, He sees a trap, and then immediately afterward, the guy puts the watch back, like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. And then he just, like, taps on the shoulder and goes, good choice. And then he walks away. But also, for the trap itself, it's easy. Just do it all at once. Honestly, it's easy. Do it all at once. It's cool, but, like, that's why it's there. Just do it all at once. Like, it's stupid. That's why it doesn't go any higher. It's a dream trap, and while it's fun, it's easy, and also it's like, wait, so he just comes up with it like in 5 seconds? No, that's not, I wouldn't want to do it, but all right, think about what's easier in the ring. All right, if you already broke one finger, you can break all 10 at once. That's what I'm saying. Don't do one at a time. That's stupid. Break all 10 at once. You already pushed the button once, and any of the traps that have do it at the same time. I'll say it right now. If you're willing to do one, do both at once. That's the metagame for these. Break all 10 of your fingers at once for the rapist guy, bedroom trap. The guy should have pushed both buttons at once, stabbed both of his eyes at once. He already felt the pain. I can't imagine 2 pain is more than 1 pain. You're already feeling it. 2 pain's gonna be so much worse. Anyway, eye vacuum, beep. Pipe bomb trap. Oh god, do I remember this one? I do. I might need to look it up again. So Saw X is the one movie I've only seen once in theaters, and I need to think a little bit more about this one. I do remember this one, but let me look at the exact specifics of this one, because this one is a little bit weird, and I think John Kramer tortures a cabbie to get information. Let me just see exactly how it's done, though. Just as a reminder. Yeah, so what this does is... Alright, so the plot of Saw X is that, according to Saw 6, John Kramer could have gotten experimental surgery. He finds out this guy's daughter is advertising in Mexico, and he's like, hey, wait a minute, I can get this. My insurance denied me, but I have money. So then they scam him, and they tell him, hey, you're free of cancer. And then he finds out, haha, you still have cancer. And then they laugh at him. It's like, wait, whoa, no, you can't fuck with John Kramer. So then he goes after everyone who did this. The first one being Diego, or the doctor who faked being a doctor. What they do is they tied 2 pipe bombs to his wrists. and he needs to chop off his hands, apparently. Chop off his pipe bombs, apparently. Which, I don't remember if he has to chop off his hands? Let me check here. Oh, no, he just has to chop off the flesh around the pipe bomb. I'm not gonna lie, chat, I kind of forgot this trap a little bit. This is probably one of the more forgettable traps. I'm remembering it, I remember enjoying it, B tier, but admittedly, I don't remember it that well. This is one of the ones I don't remember nearly as well, because it happens earlier on in the movie. And it's also used as a way for Jigsaw to gain information. Anyway, B tier, because honestly, it's pretty neat to have. He wins, by the way. So what, he doesn't cut off his hands. He has like bombs on his wrist, and he has to cut the flesh around it, which is visceral, but he wins. And also, I just type pipe bombs to him. I don't know. Some of the simplistic ones I really like. Alrighty, wire saw trap. Okay. I'm gonna say it right now. Chat. C tier. This is one of the traps, well, I like it a lot. It's very thematic, and as much as I like Saw X as a movie, it's just kind of unfair. I don't like that it is that unfair. This is one of those traps that I feel like they should have given her more time. Like, I don't mind the reason they gave it to her. I think this is the person who is faking being one of the nurses. What she has to do is, they need to get bone marrow from her leg. She's required to use a very special type of saw to slice off her fucking leg. And then she needs to extract bone marrow from the wound. Which, I don't mind that, but like, either make it easier or give her more time. It just didn't really seem that fair. Like, I know it's revenge, but also John Kramer's still giving a chance. He's still going with the mythos at that point. I don't mind that, but like, either one, give more time, or two, make it the cutting of the leg. Like, she does the thing, and I wouldn't mind it if she loses by a grand defeat or, like, you know, is terrible, but she actually barely loses. Like, she just gets timed out, which, I don't know, it's not really fun to see someone get... Yeah, she lost by a second. Like, dude, you can't make someone cut it off and then get the bone marrow. Give more time. You make it a two-part thing. Make the second timer start or something. Yeah, like, it's not easy to chop off your leg, and you shouldn't be punished. Oh, well, you're doing it. You fucked you up thoroughly. Like, it's cool. It's just, it's not fair. And I know, like, oh, but cool but not fair. Yeah, Amanda gets to do it because Amanda's a dick. John Kramer, he's meant to be fair. So. Yeah. That was a text. I'm doing good. All right, next is brain surgery. Let me just double check brain surgery and radiation because I'm trying to remember. I remember brain surgery, but let me double check radiation really quick. I remember it, but I don't remember exactly how that. Oh, okay, I remember. Okay, I remember now. Alrighty, chat. Alright, I remember now. Alright, I remember now. Okay. Brain surgery. You ready? Fucking S tier, baby. God damn, this shit is violent. This is visceral. Ew. Oh my god. Dude, let me tell you about brain surgery. This is such a brutal trap. The guy needs to do brain surgery on his own fucking head. He's given, like, a mirror. He's the surgeon who did the surgery, so he's forced to do surgery, because he did the fake one. He has to remove a part of his brain, like a good amount, and put it in a tray. If he doesn't do it, what happens is there is the most badass Aztec mask that closes in on his fucking head, and it looks awesome, because this game takes place in Mexico, and holy shit, it is so cool. Now, chat, I am fully ranking this on an S tier because I am Mexican, and that is so fucking badass. That mask alone, absolutely S tier. I admit I'm biased. I will straight up say that. I always show my biases. That is why that is S tier. If you rank it lower, I understand that. Holy fuck though, man. That mask is so badass. The fact that he found a mask to murder him with too. Jesus Christ. Yep, Saw X actually got an S tier. Radiation trap, a B. Why is it a B? Well, I like this trap. It's kind of weird. The idea behind it is, this is Valentina. She is the sympathetic character. She's the character who bought John tequila to celebrate, and she's like the housemaid. She was in on the scam, so she's given a lighter trap. She has to break her arms and legs She has to break one of her arms and one of her legs to slip out of chains. If she doesn't do it in time, she'll die of radiation heat or something like that. And I only rank it at a B because, I don't know, it's kind of just not as interesting for one. Like, it's pretty simple, but not in a good way. Also, she dies, she's murdered afterward, which, it's kind of sad. Like, she makes it, but then, like, this kind of shows, oh, sometimes the games are unfair because she got murdered by the main villain. And, I don't know, I felt bad. I felt really bad. Like, she survives, but then, like, she survives the trap only to be killed by the main villain. So, that's why I put it at B tier. Also, it's just not as hype as some of the other ones. I feel like it has to be a little bit hyped to be interesting, and, well, it's a very fair trap. I have a lot of respect for it. It's just not as cool. So. Also pretty brutal that she has to break her own bones, but that's why it goes in B. It doesn't have any of the shenanigans, but yep, it's just a little bit bland. Bloodboarding. Okay. I gotta put it in S, man. There's a couple of traps that belong in S tier from this movie. And I'm gonna say something, and you're gonna be surprised. Bloodboarding is the only trap in the Saw franchise to put a literal child in it. So this trap is a weird trap, but what's supposed to happen is it is a double switch because the main villain gets traps, they one up John Kramer, and then they're gonna force him to get into the bloodboarding trap. This trap's actually for John Kramer. So what happens is it is waterboarding but with blood, and there are two sides that are meant to balance out. Originally it was meant for two and she was meant to get in the trap, but then she forces John Kramer into it. It's supposed to be John Kramer and Amanda, but the main villain goes outside to the gardener's son who's kicking a soccer ball. She grabs him and puts him into the fucking waterboard trap. And then John Kramer and this child are speaking Spanish to each other and like just telling each other, hey, I got this. Like, you know what to do. Like, he's telling him, hey, John Kramer's willing to take all the blood, and then the kid fucking champs it out and starts helping John Kramer to live. Why was the kid anywhere? Here's the gardener's son. Because the gardener's not punished, he's just a gardener. And John Kramer, like, helps this kid earlier, like, fix a bike because he's an engineer. They build a relationship. And then the main villain tortures John Kramer by putting the kid in the trap, which they end up winning. By the way, they don't die. No one dies in this trap. It just... I feel like people talk about how is Saw gonna amp it up every time, and I'm not gonna lie, putting a literal child in the trap is amping it up. And I know you can say the acid room did it earlier, but one, it's Roderick, he's a teenager. It's not the same. This kid's like fucking 8. Well, no, again, that's a teenager. That kid's meant to be like 17 or 16 or some shit. In Saw 2, it doesn't hit quite the same because this kid's fucking like, he's like 8. He's playing soccer on a wall. He's like, I've seen kids like that in school before. Like, I was that kid before. Like, I guess I was both a teenager too, but a teenager has a lot more agency. A kid he was literally pulled from playing soccer and thrown into a Saw trap, which they amped it up. They certainly amped it up all right. We have 2 more. The gas chamber, B for bass chamber. I don't know. Anyway, the idea behind this is, it's the big, I kind of blew my load with the bloodboarding trap. This is kind of the culmination of it. Her trap is that they were going to be in the bloodboarding just long enough for them to go into this room and try to be greedy and get the money back. They find out the big plot twist that apparently the chick's husband came by to save him and he was faking the whole time. They end up double-crossing each other and they need to fight for air because the room is full of gas and only one of them can live. The only thing I don't like about this trap is that we don't actually know what happens to her, but according to, I think, deleted scene, she lives. But, like, how the fuck did she get out of that? The room's full of poison gas, and she's, like, just head out like a fucking, like, one of those trophy deers. Like, how did she get out? I don't fucking know. So I'm putting it on B. It's kind of a weird ending. I don't hate it, but honestly, the bloodboarding trap was just way cooler. Plus, they end up getting the money, and they give it to, like, Carlos, and it's like, aww. And then... disembowelment trap. This is a weird trap. We barely see it. I'm gonna put it on C tier just because we barely... you know what? Fuck it, B tier. We barely see it, but it's better than the gas chamber. And I just want to say, epic bad luck. That doesn't have to work. Yeah, she was cool. That's all I'm saying. Epic bad luck. It is the only trap in the movie to feature Mark Hoffman. That is it. It is an end credit scene that you can miss, and it has Mark Hoffman in it, and that's why it's B. Also, just because he features this one line where he just... Apparently, the guy set up Jigsaw to get scammed, so Jigsaw comes back to the US and puts him in a fucking trap, and then... and they have a laugh about it, and then Mark Hoffman just tells the guy, epic bad luck. So... Well, that's why it's low tier. And all right, chat, we have now officially finished the movies. If you just wanted to go with the movies, we have now done 78 Saw traps. We are left with this. However, that is not all of the Saw traps. There are still 2 Saw games left. I'll look through this. We'll start with Saw the game, and then we'll go with Saw 2, okay? We'll go with Saw 1, then Saw 2. So, we're almost done, chat. We have 2 more pieces of Saw media. Well, this is from the games, because now we're in the Saw games we will know about that take place between 1 and 3. After 1, before 3, because John Kramer's alive. And in fact, in Cody Leach's video, it was not actually, these weren't uploaded. I actually uploaded all of these manually, which is why it's so poor quality. That's how you know it was me. But, yeah, I'm adding in all the games, because we just played the games before this, which I've been here for like, oh my god, it's been long. But you know what? We're going to do all these. We're going to start with Saw 1, I'll order it properly, and then we'll go over to Saw 2. Anyway, going into Saw 1, let's see how we do these in order. I'll just do them how I have them listed. The Crematorium game. This is Chapter 4, this is Obi's Trap. I rank the Crematorium game, the Furnace here. Crematorium, honestly, dude, fucking C tier. Actually, D tier. Why the hell would you give him the same game twice? Like, alright, I don't mind that you brought back Obi, but why the fuck does he... He's in the same game twice! Why would he be in an oven twice? Hey, you didn't learn your lesson the first time. Put him in the oven again. And then, didn't he learn anything? No, he didn't learn a goddamn thing. D tier. Death Mask game. Honestly, I don't even remember this game. I had to look it up. Apparently, there's just a Death Mask in Saw 1. I think it's more of a witness to death. Honestly, I want to rank it low. Like, let me just double check here. Like, Saw the game. Let's double check what this is. I just gotta double check this one. This is one of the ones I gotta double check. Let's see. Yeah, you don't really learn a lot about this guy, and, it's just not nearly as interesting. Like, I'm putting a lot of the copycat traps here. Like, this guy has a timer and he just dies. That's it. Like, I don't even think I remember this one. I think we just skip it whenever we speedrun it, and it's really not that interesting. It's just a death mask. He just dies. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, but wasn't it cool up here? Yes, because we have backstory and shit. Good night, Murray Bear. Sleep well. Okay. Now we have the next one. The next one is the detox chair. You know what? I like the detox chair. I'm gonna put that at a nice C. Why? Well, it's kind of weird to put Amanda in, like, another trap, and I don't know if it's meant for, like, for the twist or not, because Amanda's not the pig in this game. You actually kill the pig in this game. But the detox chair is fun. You end up having to send the antidote to the right side, with you having one poison, her having another poison. And, I don't know, it's kind of neat to see Tap and Amanda actually interact with each other. I don't hate this one. I think it is okay. And while the game is not the greatest, I think it's all right. I don't know what that means, Flintergarden. Alright, up next we have the explosive cube. They tied explosives to a man's hands, and he has to kill you to get the key. That's it? Do they tell us why? Let me double check here. It's been so long since I've actually... Let's see. No. No, they don't. They just type explosives to his hands. So, that's it. It could be worse. It's technically a trap, but, like, you don't know enough of these guys or care about them, so it just explosive cubes on hands. That's all it is. And, like, I guess they die? Alright, there we go. Headbox. He's cool. I like the Headbox guys. They put their head in a crate, they have to fight a guy off. Oh no, it makes for a neat boss fight in the game. It's not great, but, like, it's aesthetic. kind of fun that you have to fight a guy to get a key, and this is probably the only good one of this in the Saw games, so. The Impaler Trap. Dude, it is literally just stabbing a man over and over again for a matching game. Like, what kind of bullshit is that? Right, match the puzzles. Do I have any hints? No. What happens? Stab. Ah! Okay, that's all it is. You just get stabbed. Why is the guy in the trap? He's a shut-in. He just doesn't leave the house and he's sad. I don't leave the house. Okay, Iron Maiden. All right, chat. This is going to be one of the spicy takes. Iron Maiden. B tier. Actually, B tier. Holy shit, Saw the game got a B tier. One thing that we don't get the look of is Melissa Singh. Detective Singh is someone that dies in Saw 1, and then we don't ever really get to hear much about because Tap's story ends, but it makes a lot of sense that she would come back. She's starting to neglect her child to the death of her husband, she's blaming Tap, and the Iron Maiden just looks really cool. It is saw blades. The way you solve the trap's kind of lame, which is why it's B tier, but the trap itself, really neat, and I like that. I like the idea that they expanded on a character that you don't really think about, and honestly, it's a fun trap. I actually like that one a lot, and it looks cool. Alright, up next is Melissa's Test. I will put that similarly in B tier. So, Melissa's Test. She hates Tap and ditches him at one point. As a result, she is kidnapped by Jigsaw, and what she has to do is she has to guide Jigsaw along her game. I am putting it on B tier solely because it kind of relates to the Iron Maiden, and as I was mentioning, more exploration into Melissa's character, which I like the fact that they bring back Singh. The Iron Maiden is based on an execution method by the same name called the Iron Maiden, which is normally a coffin that closes in on you. For the safe codes, I put that one, I think, on C tier. Flammable jelly, right here. So I'll put that one on B. It kind of goes along with Iron Maiden. That's just the best way I know to put it. And like I just said, I like Melissa's game. Pendulum Trap. So this guy was a cop who hit a drunk driver and cleaned up the mess. It plays by combining gears and Tap has to save him, so I'm putting it in C. But I don't know. I think it's neat enough. It's also pretty, you know what, nah, fuck it, D tier. It's barbaric. I don't like, the Pendulum Trap's kind of lame. It was done better here. I actually lowered it because I thought about it. If it wasn't a Pendulum Trap, I would like it more, but it's literally just a rehash, so D tier. I don't mind the reason's nice, I'll probably rank higher in D, but definitely D tier. Alrighty, let's see next here. We have the Reverse Bear Trap and Saw the Game. This is literally fan service, but you know what, sometimes it's fun, B tier, why not? Sometimes fan service is nice, chat. He escapes it almost instantly. He just yanks that shit off. It's a reverse bear trap. You know what you're getting into. Like, it's there. Shotgun Collar. I'm putting that on D tier. It's really cool in Saw 3 because it's actually tied to John Kramer and is a way of keeping her there. In this game, it's a mechanic that some enemies can't come close to you and they corral you. Is it great? Nah, not really. It's kind of boring. Not really as fun. I'm not a fan of the Shotgun Collar. It's kind of lame. At least in the context of this game. Alright. Sliding Blade. I think this is what it's called. Sorry about the caption. Wait, no. We're going shotgun doors. Chat. Imagine every time you opened a door, a shotgun came out. What was your answer? Fucking don't open the door or something. I don't know. Every door in this game has shotguns on it. That's actually one of the worst parts. It's all just shotguns and broken glass. The shotgun doors are lame. That's it. Where's the fun in that? You didn't appreciate life enough, and that's why the door murdered you. Okay. Sliding Blade, same principle. A guy walks into a door, maybe look down. Maybe that's the answer right there, right? There's the answer, chat. We just figured it out. Look down, or up, or be observant. The same principle. The guy just dies. He just gonk, and they get him. Tap's Final Test. Okay, I'll be frank. I like Tap's Final Test. I like the idea of exploring Detective Tap more as a character. There's a reason it happens in all the game. There's a reason why Tap is brought in more. This kind of goes to Tap's Final Test, which is give up your obsession and people get to live. You get to save everyone and you can live a life free, or give into your obsession and you get trapped in a mental hospital for the entire life. I like that idea. He's clearly obsessed in Saw 1. It's carrying things forward and it's the overarching narrative of the game. Surprisingly enough, I kind of like the game's story. I don't think it's all terrible. I think it has issues, but most of them are because a lot of the traps are mobile games. Alrighty. Taps game. Kind of more what I just talked about. I really don't need to rehash it. It's kind of one of the same. The reason Taps game is best of the whole purpose. Actually, let's put this in C. There's way too many mobile games. Too many mobile games for the whole game. The overarching thing. Too much goddamn glass on the ground. He should put on shoes. Some neat stuff in there like the patience store. But why is it to jam his hand in so many toilets? Like, a lot of questionable decisions. You know what? I will rank that on C. Okay? It's at C. It's okay, but kind of weird. And the backbreaker. This guy was a journalist who was publishing stories, so they decided to break his back. It's kind of like the rack. So how about we put that in a nice C tier? Good reasoning, but like, I think it gets done better later. Anyway, Saw the game. The highest we get is B tier. Surprisingly enough, the video game for Saw does not have a lot of good traps. I mentioned, despite me liking the game, most of the traps are kind of like, imagine playing a Saw mobile game. That's what it is. We have one more left, chat. The last one on this list is Saw 2 Flesh and Blood, where we have the rest of the traps here. Let's get started. The Blade Crusher. Which one was the Blade Crusher? Oh, I know this one. The Blade Crusher. I'm putting out a fucking D tier. Chat. The Blade Crusher is a trap where a pedophile decides to try to kill Tap, so they give him they kill Michael Tap. He wants to kill Michael Tap, so they give him knife hands. Michael Tap has to activate a panini press, and then he just gets crushed. It's stupid. Why the fuck is that a plot point? What is wrong with this game? That's what that one is, okay? It's that one. The acid vat. This one is also stupid. A guy gets splashed with the smallest amount of acid and gets pissed off at you and will try to beat you. Your goal is apparently be careful turning a valve. What's the lesson? Be mildly polite. Like, the guy literally just starts wanting to box you because acid accidentally like hits his wrist and then he's scarred, which it like barely touches the guy. He can avoid it too. He's stupid. Up next is Bomb Chair. Do I remember Bomb Chair? What the fuck was Bomb Chair? I just played this game too. Hold on. You think I'd remember this more, chat? I just played this game. Let's see here. The Bomb Chair is... Which one is that? Oh, that's why I don't remember this one. We don't ever really see it. Oh, no, we do. It's the guy with the 4 digits, and I don't remember what he did wrong. Chat, remember that guy who I just walked by and he died? Yeah, you can just let that guy die. What was his story again? I haven't seen that guy in fucking forever. Oh. Oh. Chat, let me just read how the tape plays. You were a promising college student until you became obsessed with a female professor who wanted nothing to do with you, but you persisted. So, this is another simp trap. And, he dies, I think. You can save him, but also he dies? I think he dies either way. Fuck it. D tier. Saw 3D did it better. Right? D tier. I barely remember that one. The Burning Rack. Okay, chat. Fucking... Dude, honestly, B tier. The Burning Rack is actually really cool. They decided to put Jigsaw's accountant into a trap, which he's in a Jigsaw trap for being Jigsaw's accountant, which, you know, fair. But the idea behind this trap is you need to move him around, and while it's happening, you need to solve puzzles, and while you're doing that, the fire is going to be going underneath him, so you need to move him out of the fire. I don't know, it's really cool. I like the idea behind it, that it is one of the only traps in all the Saw games that is actually active. And it's kind of weird because, oh, but the movie traps are so much better, but I don't know, I think it plays well, and I like the idea behind it. I don't actually mind this trap. Saw 2 Flesh and Blood is really weird that the traps are either total shit or actually pretty solid. So, we'll put it on B tier, albeit it probably won't be that high on B tier. Campbell's trial. C tier. Campbell's trial is that he has cancer and has been addicted to drugs, so he needs to try to save himself. But then you find out, wait a minute, you can save a young man you don't know, or you can save yourself. If you save yourself, he just jumps into barbed wire. If you save the young man, that's Michael Tapp. It's better than Saw 1's, a lot of Saw 1 stuff, so it'll go at the end of C tier. Cocktail trap. Dude, this is literally a guy throwing Molotov cocktails. What the fuck? It's just some guy. Here's a Molotov cocktail. Don't throw it. Throw it. Don't throw it. And then he throws it and then he fucking dies. Wow, I can't believe it. What's the message? Don't commit arson. Wow, what a lesson. Fucking F tier, dude. The crushing table. They're gonna crush this man's bones and his cock and balls. C tier. Why? I mean, it was done better in other movies. But at the very least, it's kind of neat. You have to save him. He's one of the corrupt cops on the force. I don't remember which part this guy is. There's like a corrupt cop, a corrupt judge. I'm not going to be going to having the stories of Saw 2 Flesh and Blood. Just know they're all dirty cops selling drugs to, you know, to people. And that's the plan. They're turning the other way on a drug ring. And they decide to crush this man's hand. So, you save him. He dies shortly afterward, I think. The death mask. You know, chat, I'm not going to lie. While this one is a bit of a rip-off... Oh, wait. Death mask. Do I have it? Am I allowed? Wait, I can't add anything else on here. Yeah, I can't add anything else. They're not letting me add anything else. Am I allowed? Oh, no, what the fuck? Wait. Oh, okay. There we go. Fuck it. B tier. Why? I'm not gonna lie, chat. I said earlier, I said earlier, Tap had the reverse bear trap. This is literally the death mask again, except, you know, it's better than the reverse bear trap. You actually get to do it. And admittedly, you have as much story as this guy. It's just kind of a rehash, but it's not a bad rehash. It just is a rehash. Okay, a few more here, chat. Dog leash. D tier. These are guys who, I think were what was dog leash again? I don't remember the reason why they're in the trap, so I can look it up really quick. But these are the traps that you have guys who want to hit you with their arms that have spikes on them. And the only way to free themselves is by bringing you into them. I don't actually remember why they're in there, though. Oh, they're drug dealers, so they're supposed to drag people down with them or something. It's okay, but it's a pretty cheesy game mechanic. It's probably going to rank higher than some of these, but, like, that's about it. Elevator trap. This was a nurse who was selling drugs to people, and they're going to tear apart with the elevator trap, which is kind of cool. I just don't really think it's too thematic. I don't remember the exact reason why it's an elevator, so let's put C tier. If it was better theme-wise, it would have been better. I don't remember why it's an elevator, but it's neat. And then it tears her body in half, so kind of cool. Glass elevator. Oh, this is literally what I was talking about. Where did I put Campbell's trap? Literally here. It's the same idea. The idea behind it, one person has to die, one person gets saved. Campbell's trial, already covered that. I'm putting it on the same tier. Okay, up next, the head cages. Chat, what would you say? What would you say? I took the head cages. And I dropped them right into S tier. Just imagine, right into S tier. I mean, when you hit peak enemy design, you want to have it every time, right, chat? Clearly, this is the best. Fuck it, I don't know, B tier. Nah, let's put C tier. I feel like I would put it higher if they didn't reuse the rammers throughout the whole fucking game. The rammers are cool, and the idea behind them is they're normally people who were abusive with knives, and they end up getting, you know, they carved a lot of their victims. So the punishment for them is that they too will get carved. It would be higher if they didn't fucking reuse the enemy every time. Like, honestly, it's just kind of fun for the meme, but, like, they also Wilhelm scream, and, I mean, it's neat. They just use it way too goddamn much, and it does get old. So, I'm putting it at the very bottom of C tier. Michael's trial. Honestly, dude, B. I like Michael. You know what? Yeah, B. Let's put it on B. Michael's trial gets a B. Why? Michael's trial is... he sold out his dad to get clout. And as a result, he now has to essentially put a stop to the underground ring his dad was trying to stop. And it all relates back to that. I don't know what you're talking about, Jermail. You can post a dicey ram for the rammers. And the, what, howdy? I think it's a solid story. Honestly, Saw 2 Flesh and Blood, the mechanics of the game, the problems aren't actually in the story for the most part, kind of is. It's more in the gameplay. I actually like Michael's Trial. I would rank it higher if it wasn't for some of the stupid fucking points. Did you know that Michael ends up killing his dad because he steals evidence that he had in his office, and the way he does it is he tells Tap that about pomegranate juice, and then Tap is so fucking amazed at the concept of a pomegranate, he immediately runs out to the store to grab his son pomegranate juice. And then he steals his shit, and then he writes a story, and then his dad gets fired, and then he kills himself, and then they blame Tap. I am not joking. That is the actual plot of the game. If it wasn't that shitposting, I would rank this higher. But it ranks there. It wasn't so absurd. Oh god, what is the Razorbox game? Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Let's put it on C. I think C's fair. This is about a pedophile who gets his hands chopped off because he touched little girls, and the game just straight up tells you that. Like, that is a direct quote from the game. You have to help him get his hands free, and then they chop off his hands. It would rank higher if they didn't give him knife hands afterward, but I suppose it's kind of neat because you don't really... The only other trap that really relates to that is probably the bedroom trap. So, I mean, it's there. Can't say it's undeserved. But, why would they give him knife hands? I don't fucking know. Revolver trap. This is the first of the major traps in the game. Let me read the reason for this one, by the way. Yeah, this is the main chief, and I don't think it's the main villain. Let me just check here. I like this one. I actually do like this one quite a lot. I'm trying to remember the reasoning for it. I only saw two. It's kind of weird of the reasoning. This goes back to the corrupt cop stuff. I guess I'll just say corrupt cop. Yeah, cop. So he ends up getting tested. And they put a gun in his mouth. You have to solve a lights out puzzle while it's happening. If the puzzle was cooler, I'd rank it higher, but admittedly, it just lights out with a gun in his mouth. Oh, no, I think it's kind of neat that, you know, the longer you take, the more the gun goes off. You save him, he tries to kill you. It happens. Running, what's that called again? Running, I have the list here. Sorry, I kind of messed up on the naming of these. Running cages, that's what it's called. It's called the running cages. Dude, fucking D tier. They give your opponent shoes, you don't have shoes, and you have to run on glass. And then they just tell you, you suck. How's that fair? What kind of fucking game is that? Alright, you win. Well, why don't they even give you shoes? They give him shoes. Maybe they said the Tap family likes being barefoot. I don't fucking know, man. Anyway, D tier, it's lame. Why not steal their shoes? Because you're both in cages, that's why. They steal your shoes, they don't steal his. The scythe trap, it literally just, it's lamer than the fucking shotgun doors. Actually, why did I put shotgun doors on D? Where the fuck are shotgun doors? I think these should be on F2. I put it like here, right? Shotgun doors, also fucking F tier. Why did I put that any higher? I don't know. Shotgun door, it's literally just a death trap. That's all it fucking is. Hey, do you walk through the door? Except do a QTE twice. Lame. Shotgun vest. Okay, weird one. Honestly, C tier. I think it's better than the shotgun collar in Saw the game, but it's still not as cool as the shotgun collar in Saw 3. I don't know, it looks a lot cooler having the vest go up through the back. You manually have to put it on to go further into the mystery. You're not forced with it on. I like it more than Saw the games, but it's still kind of rough. So, there's that. Anyway, chat, here is the most stunning upset you're going to see, and the only reason that we added Saw 2 Flesh and Blood. Spotlight Carousel actually goes into fucking A tier. Spotlight Carousel from Saw 2 Flesh and Blood goes into A tier. Gameplay-wise, this shit sucks. Story-wise, god damn. God damn. Okay, let me tell you about this. This is the culmination of Michael's game, Michael Tap, the son of Tap. The idea behind it is you are wearing the shotgun vest, and you have been told that since your whole life you have shot out the spotlight and have betrayed your family for the spotlight, you now will have the chance to, you know, live in the spotlight. You have to make your way through a carousel while avoiding all the spotlights. If you go in the spotlight, your shotgun collar or your shotgun back will actually go off and you will die. And I think it's really ironic. Throughout the game, you find out that you actually are punished because you betrayed your father. You know, the sins of the father and all that. And as a result, the culmination is the spotlight carousel. Gameplay-wise, like I said, it's weird. Logistically, I just really like it. I think it's a really nice bow to an otherwise rough game. And it's kind of weird that Saw 2 Flesh and Blood actually has a trap that does this, but admittedly, it just really works what the game wanted to do. And I'll go with that one. Last but not least, the water tank. If I fucking... Oh my god, the mechanic of this one sucks. There's a chick who's addicted to drugs, and you need to save her from a water trap. Honestly, it feels like a more fair box puzzle with half the charm. I'm putting it in C tier. Alright, chat. Hold on, do I have a... What song can I do here? Is it... Wait, hold on. I don't want the song anymore, I should have changed it. Let's see here. There we go. What a tier list, chat. I have literally gone through every single Saw trap in the franchise. Just to reiterate this point, also on Twitch, I'm going to play an ad in a moment. Actually, you know what, chat? Give me a moment. I need to play a brief ad. If you want to avoid the ad block, just turbo sub to the channel. I'll go over all of it in a moment. I'm going to get my tweet ready for this. On YouTube, I'm probably going to edit this part out. But I'll go over everything once we're done with this, and we're going to reorganize it, okay? We're going to get the reorganizing in a moment. I'm just going to start looking through. I'll read them all and we'll reorganize. Ready? If you want to avoid the ad block, just turbo sub to the channel. Prime Gaming. Here it goes. Oh, God, chat. I went through how many fucking traps? Oh, my God, all of them. Why the fuck are there so many traps? That is 114 traps, chat. 114 traps. That's a lot. That is a lot of 114 of them. Oh, God. Oh, alright. 10 movies and 2 games. Exactly. Chat, let me get my tweet ready, okay? I'm gonna get my tweetness ready here. Oh, wait, no, this isn't the final tier list. We still need to reorganize it. God damn it. Alright, chat, we have to start reorganizing from the best to the worst, because that's the fun part. We've ranked them all. Now we need to organize them on the sub-rankings. Oh, God, this shit's gonna suck. Alright, chat. No, we're not doing Smash or Pass yet. We're gonna do sub-rankings. Let me know when we're back from the ad, okay? Let me know when we're back, chat. By the way, I'm gonna put Eternal Rest on... Wait. I'll go for a while. I'll go for a bit. Give me a moment, actually. Alright, chat. Hold on. Yup, ordered tier list. Alright, for all the rest of this, we're gonna use Eternal Rest, okay? There we go. We're using this song. Why? It's a banger. We're gonna be using this one for the organizing. Alrighty, so we have our big list right over here, right? We've been organizing our big-ass list, or we've been setting it. We have our S tiers, our A tiers, our B tiers, our C tiers, our D tiers, and our F tiers. Are we back from the ad? I think we're back from the ad, okay? So, before we start organizing this, let me just tell you what we got on what levels. Right now, I have not organized the order. Starting now, we're going to be organizing and fleshing out the order. We're not doing Smash or Pass yet, that's afterward. We'll simplify it using the same list. Ready? Alrighty, chat. So, from what we have on the list so far, before we finish it up, we have an S tier, the Bathroom Trap, the Verse Bear Trap, the Nerve Gas House, the Needle Pit, the Glass Coffin, the Bear Trap 2.0, Brain Surgery, and Bloodboarding. That is our S tier. In A tier, we have Zep's Test, the Death Mask, the Furnace, the Angel Trap, the Rack, the Spike Trap, the Shotgun Carousel, the Silent Circle, the Glass Grinder, and the Spotlight Carousel. In B tier, we have the Razor Box, the Shotgun Collar, the Freezer Room, the Mausoleum, Bedroom Trap, Ice Block Trap, Pendulum Trap, Water Cube, 10 Pints of Sacrifice, Pound of Flesh, Horsepower Trap, Impalement Wheel, Wisdom Teeth, Bear Trap 3.0, Shotgun Keys, Laser Collars, Wax Trap, Eye Vacuum, Pipe Bomb, Radiation Trap, Gas Chamber, Disembowelment Trap, Iron Maiden, Melissa's Test, Reverse Bear Trap, from Saw the Game, Tap's Final Test, Burning Rack, Death Mask Sawtooth, Flesh and Blood, and Michael's Trap, or Michael's Game, or something like that. I don't remember what this one is. Okay. In C tier, we have Razor Wire, Flammable Jelly, Pig Vat, Manda's Test, Knife Chair, Shotgun Chair, Necktie Trap, Oxygen Crusher, Acid Room, Public Execution, Hangman's Noose, Brazen Bull, Bucket Room, Leg Wires, Grain Silo, Cycle Trap, Subway Trap, Finger Trap, Wire Saw Trap, Detox Chair, Headbox, Taps Game, The Backbreaker, Campbell's Trap, Crushing Table, Elevator Trap, Glass Elevator, Head Cages, Razor Box Game, Revolver Trap, Shotgun Vest, Water Tank. What's that? That's the racked round. You're thinking of the rack. In D tier, we have Drill Chair, Magnum Eye Hole, Classroom Trap, Jeff's Final Test, Scalping Seat, Spine Cutters, Ceiling Jars, Electric Bathtub, Steam Maze, Lawnmower Trap, Suspended Cage, Chain Hangers, Marcus Banks Test, Crematorium Game, Death Mask Game, Saw the Game, Explosive Cube, Impaler Trap, Pendulum Trap, Shotgun Collar from Saw the Game, Sliding Blade, Blade Crusher, Acid Vat, Bomb Chair, Dog Leash, and Running Cages. And in F tier, we have Shotgun Hallway, Electrified Staircase, Explosive Puppets, The Gallows, Pain Train, Sentry Gun Trap, Cyanide Box, Shotgun Doors, Cocktail Trap, and Scythe Trap. We're going to order these now. Am I chair biased? It might be. This is all the traps, 114 of them. And now we get the joy of ranking them. So, let's start at the bottom. The worst trap in the franchise. Honestly, I gotta go with Cyanide Box. Actually, let's start ranking them a little bit here, and then we'll truly get it down. Like, we'll go from the top of F, bottom of F, and I'll explain it. Let me just do a quick thing here. Let's see. Okay, so for F tier, I think this is how I want to do it. Let me explain my logic. In the F tier, the best of the Fs are Pain Train. Why? It's just kind of cool. Is it stupid? Yes. Does it mean? Yes. You're curious what trap would I choose to play? We might do that afterward. But right now, Pain Train's mean, but it goes there. The Gallows, at least it's a game. It's there, it's a game. Shotgun Hallway, it's just a bunch of shotguns killing Sing. I mean, it's cooler than all the other ones here, but it's just run down a hallway, shotguns. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Explosive Puppet, this takes out Perez for a bit, temporarily. So, poor Perez. Cocktail Trap, this is a guy who chose to throw Molotov cocktails. Is he stupid? Yes, but I mean, at least it's a game, he had a choice. Shotgun Doors, just a fucking shotgun tied to a door. Dude, this is a real life thing, and there's a court case out of this shit. It's not smart, it's stupid. Scythe Trap, also stupid. Just imagine instead of a gun, it's a scythe. It's somehow lamer. Century Gun Trap, you walked into a trap, that's it. You just walked into a bunch of guns. And this is from the movies. They're kind of a caliber expected higher from the movies. Electric Stairs, this is from one of the good Saw things. It just electric stairs, you just die. Surprised enough, the ones I don't like are you just dying, like Cyanide Box. Oh wow, you walked in, but now it's cyanide. At least these, they kind of had a choice. With this one, is like, bonk. I kind of trapped him in there. Anyway, F tier, pretty easy. This is the order. The worst trap in the Saw franchise, in my opinion, the Cyanide Box. So, let's hop over to D tier. Oh god, chat. Let me get my magic going, and then we'll look through this. God, D tier's gonna be tougher. Let's see here. So far, this seems fine. So far, it seems fine. Okay. Now I got to the movies here. Let me explain, chat. Just give me a little moment. Trying to find out exactly how I want to order these. Wheelchair saw. Almost got it, almost got it. I gotta carefully analyze this shit. I gotta carefully... We're starting on the worst before we get to the best. We're gonna edge our way up. Okay. Chat, I have now worked out the D tiers. So, on D tier, the best one is ceiling jars. Honestly, it's cool, and while it is dumb, it still kind of shows how terrible they are, and I like the idea of the tunnels. Okay? I don't hate the ceiling jars. I think ceiling jars is fun. I would say, I don't hate all the traps, probably up to around here. Like, I think you see the mouse, up to Marcus Banks' spiral trap. I think these are all traps that can be considered up to C, like a low C, and are still okay. You can also reorder these as you want. I think these in general are still okay. I think anything below this is absolute trash, and like, you can probably rank it in F if you wanted to. Like, I've talked about why they're all dumb. This one, I don't even know if you can actually even win this one. It's pretty dumb. This one, they just jam needles into her neck, and she's so pathetically stupid. This just feels like a weird enforcement for Saw 4. You don't even know what happens in this one. You just shoot it. We don't get enough context, and they put a poor girl in a trap for no reason. It's probably the worst of the main traps, I would say. That isn't, like, the pain train or the gallows or some shit. Or, yeah, like I say, the gallows is probably the worst regular trap, if you want to go that way. And then lawnmower trap's pretty bad. Then obviously all the game traps, like, let's go into all of them. Literally a repeat, another repeat. This is just stabbing a guy. They're just crushing a pedophile to death. Like, I mean, it is murdering him. Is it fine? Yes, but it's just murder. Let's have a trap and, like... Well, no, that's not even winnable, Mimo, because I think it locks behind them, so one person would have to stay behind. That's why I complain about the electric bathtub. Like, even if you had all 5 people, I'm saying it's unwinnable because one person always needs to die. Running cages, they don't even give him shoes. Asabat, he gets pissed off over the most minor thing. This guy just walks into a trap. It's just a little bit more interesting than these ones. I should rank this one lower. But still, you know what, let's put this one down here. Fuck it. Like, I don't know, put it there. Some of these are literally just game enemies. You don't even see this guy. He just fucking dies. So. When you join to, we're ranking every single Saw trap. I have ranked them all. Right now we have S tier going all the way down to F tier, and now we're organizing in between. We're getting the culmination of the traps. Alright, so anyway, ceiling jars is the best of D tier, and really, if you want to organize anything from here to here, you are probably okay. Alright, let's go into C tier. This is when things start getting good. Pretty much, once you start running out of the Saw the game traps, they start getting better. Okay, let me start doing some organizing here, chat. We gotta get the organizing going, okay? Let's get the worst ones done first. Oh god. I like how I'm just ranking the Saw 2 traps lower and lower, and that's really about it. It's a good way of doing it. Okay, let's see here. All right. Okay, we're starting to catch up a little bit here. I'll say your weak knees. Starting to catch up. I'm feeling good. Good morning, Maze King. Hope you're doing good. Enjoy the most sincere and thank you for 2 great months. Hope all is well with you. And
Morning,
cheers.
sir.
Yeah, hope you're doing good today. Hope today is nice with you. Dude, I can't fucking believe public execution's one of the higher C tiers. Dude, C tier is rough. C tier is really rough, I'm not gonna lie. Like, C tier is a rough time. Okay. So, on C tier, this feels right. This feels right. I believe the knife chair is probably the best of the C tiers. Chat, you talked me into the knife chair. I like the knife chair. It has its issues, but you know what? I warmed up a little bit to it. I think it's still pretty good. A little bit dumb, but I think the first trap is the honor of the top of C tier. Now, I do want to mention leg wires and grain silo should be one trap. They go together, so I put them right next to each other. Leg wires being the more interesting of the two. How's it going? Piece of an ice. Hope you're doing good. Most of the traps here are like, you know, up to here, up to Hangman's Noose. I think they're kind of fun. Like, are they dumb? Sure, but they're fun. Like, I mentioned the job interview. I mentioned the simp trap. I mentioned the pig vat. Like, these are all fun. Even what, like, this is the perfect average, I would say. Like, I would argue anything beneath razor, sorry, you know, let's do this. Let's do this right here. Anything beneath razor wire, I would argue is bad. Like, anything beneath razor wire can be considered kind of a bad trap. Albeit, they can still be cool. Anything beneath razor wire, I think, is bad. Like, razor wire is the most average trap in the franchise. Like, the absolute most average. And I would rank that right about there. And I've mentioned a lot of the problems I have with anything underneath this. A lot of the game traps, I just don't really, like, honestly, you can put this in any order and it doesn't really matter for a lot of these. They're just kind of all shades of dumb. Like, Sawtooth Flesh and Blood has some gems, but it's mostly trash. And then I kind of mentioned my issues with a lot of the ones underneath. You may notice there's a lot of Jigsaw and Spirals, shockingly enough. And on the ending 3, worse than, I would call it the worst 3D trap I did not remember. Oh, Challenge One, you're probably thinking of the Pain Train, which is right here. That is the worst, or you know, the gun trap or the cyanide box. Like, Saw 3D has some of the worst ones in the franchise. But also, they're, you know, could go good. Anyway, that's how I rank the C tiers. Chat, time for B tiers. Now, what is the top of B tier, you might ask? That's a great question. Looking at B tier, let me work my magic. B tier is gonna be fun. I'm gonna start ranking things higher than lower. All right, let's see here. I like how I bitched about 10 Pints of Sacrifice arguably the most, and Raisin Bull I put below average. It's here. It's cool, but it's really mean. All right, let me see here really quick. Let me see. Deathmatch probably ranked lowest, I think. Actually, no, rank that a little bit below that. The game ones are gonna be lower, by the way. Like, the game ones are fun, but they're still gonna be on the lower end. Okay, this feels right for the game ones. I feel good right here, right now. Let's see here. Boom. 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 Okay, so far so good. So far I think we're doing good. I think I just mixed them around, by the way. All right. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Feeling good so far, chat. Feeling good so far. I think I'm feeling good. I think I'm feeling good on these. Let me just double check. Okay. I think that, wait, hold on. Okay, I think this feels right. So on B tier, we're gonna get a little bit weird. Close to B tier is the water cube. That, I geeked out about, one of the unwinnable traps, so you know what? It's pretty damn good. The water cube, I think, deserves to be at the top of B tier. I put all the game stuff lower, while it's up high, like, it's still on the lower end of this. Like, we have more of the actual story ones being in the front, while a lot of the rehashes are literally just because, wow, I mean, there's only so much you can fuck up of a good thing. Just some of all the movie ones here, that are in the movie side of this. Disembowelment Trap's the lowest because it's literally an end credits gag. Like, it's fun, but at the same time, you don't really get the same just as a lot of other things. I tried ranking a lot of these, how I kind of felt about them. Like, a lot of these require payoff that comes from other, you know, earlier context or other movies. So, some of them are simple, like the Wisdom Teeth. We're currently doing the sub-rankings. So, like, a lot of these give you feel-good moments, like, hey, Zank out its teeth, that's pretty simple. Hey, it's the character we like, and the trap's okay, that's fine. We get Hoffman, you know, she gets the comeuppance. The main villain gets her comeuppance. Another, oh, hey, it's kind of neat. A lot of these are just kind of neat right here, and I would say starting around this top row is when I really consider them to be good, maybe leading to about 10 pints of sacrifice. Like, starting here, going here, right here, this is what I would argue the really good ones are. From here to here, it's feel good, and then these are like the best the game has to offer. Which, funny enough, yes, I do rank Saw the Game cheesiness over some of the actual traps. It's weird, but it's kind of just how it is, if that makes sense. And even though the game is gonna be markedly worse, it still has some context. So. Alrighty, anyway, that was the B tiers. Time for the A tiers, chat. Now we're gonna be going good. I'll probably break these down a lot more, that we have a lot less. So that should be nice. Anyway, let me just very quickly get my bias out of the way. Okay. Let's very quickly get some of these moments up here, chat. Alright, so this section from Zep to Spotlight Carousel, this is where it gets harder, okay? I'm very confident on these three. I feel very confident on these ones. I like these ones, and I know how I feel about those ones. I think a lot of people like those ones as well. Now, the issue comes with these. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna rank Zep at the lowest of A tier. I feel like Zep's test, while it's cool, it's not really much of a trap, as it's just more the overarching theme of Saw 1, and kind of like the backstory that leads in the endgame there. At least with the foot chopped off, but, I mean, that's a lot more, you know, where it is. Okay, now we have the fun of this. Oh, God. Okay. I think I feel good about that. That is what I'll consider right there. If you want me to zoom in a little bit, I can. All right, so on the A tiers, this is how I ordered it. Silent Circle is the top of A tier. I mean, I geeked out about that one. I admit my own bias. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's pretty damn good. The Angel Trap. Probably one of the most iconic ones, leads to what everyone complains about with Saw 3 in a good way. Plus, we all love Carrie. It would be higher if not my own bias. I admit right now, if you don't count my bias, this probably goes here after the rack. With my bias, it stays here. So, I admit that fully. Tier list should have a little bit of personality. Shouldn't always be objective. You gotta sprinkle in a little bit of preference, you know? If you didn't have preference, you wouldn't have this high. That's the point of it, right? Okay, anyway, the rack, it's cool. I talked about it. Slight issues, but still fun. The furnace, you know, it's pretty damning. It gets reused here, but while it's bad here, the furnace is really good. We like it here. Spike Trap, I'm a bit of a defender. I told people why it's here. Long story short, I like her redemption. I think it's nice. Glass Grinder might be one of the weirdest ones being high. I don't know. Watching this part of the movie, it felt tense in a very good way. It kept me on my toes. I like the duality of it. I like traps where one person's able to help another one, or other people are involved. I think it's a lot more fun that way, and... Well, actually, that's the thing. I think I like multiplayer games quite a lot, which is why a lot of them rank quite high. So, Glass Grinder, I just love the fact that they're just launching glass into them, and it is cool to watch the very, very slow disintegration of man in a way. Death Mask, it's cool, we just don't get enough lore about it. Shocking Carousel, it's fun, but just a little bit too campy. Spotlight Carousel, I mean, I feel like it's fitting here. It's the culmination of Saw 2 Flesh and Blood, and really the best of the games. The best the games have to offer. And then Zep's Test, it feels less like a trap and more like a general test, and it's just kind of more that Saw 1's theme in Endgame hits really fucking hard. And I think it deserves to be up here. Alright, chat, and now we come down. Now we come down to the finale. This is where it's going to get a lot heavier. Alright, let me see here. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it, chat. I feel good about that. I feel right about that. So S tier, the order I see it is... The bathroom trap. Come on, that was never going to move. You knew the moment we started that shit wasn't moving. You knew damn well that wasn't gonna move. You knew damn well, chats. Come on, that was never going to move. Not even once was I going to bother moving that one. The needle pit's awesome. I just put the glass coffin slightly above it. That being said, I think the nerve gas house as a whole is better than Saw 5. You know, because Saw 5's main game sucks. However, the payoff of Saw 5 is something that is just, if you have never seen it and you are building that moment, even just watching it again, it is, wow, the fuck did Saw make that twist? Like, the Saw series at that point has started getting disrespected. People thought it was trash, and even then, most of Saw 5 was trash. And then it's like, in the final few minutes, they had Martin Scorsese come on the scene, direct the finale, and then just fucking dip. I don't know how the fuck they did that. The glass coffin is so goddamn good, and it is eerie. And I think it has the perfect culmination of that cat and mouse game. I would argue if the bathroom trap did not exist, glass coffin would be number 1. Needle pit's an obvious number 2. It's high for a reason. People love the needle pit. It is vile. It is probably Amanda at her best. It is fun to see. And oh god, dude, the special effects on that are wild. They look behind the scenes, they got a bunch of fake needles, they drop the fake needles and the real needles, and it's such a cool trap they put a lot of work on, and god damn, just watching her throw them all around, oof. Now, curious one that you might be wondering, Bear Trap 2.0 over Bear Trap Original. Reverse Bear Trap, honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, this trap is good, but I feel like it's a lot more of a franchise ordeal than an actually good trap. I frequently give Amanda shit because, what's our boy? Where is he at? Mr. Flammable Jelly here had the hardest trap in the game. Meanwhile, Amanda gets the easiest softball of all time where she cuts open a body. Oh, but it's not actually dead, but he's comatose. But he's not actually dead, but she doesn't know that. Like, her trap was an absolute softball, and while it's cool, it doesn't hit nearly as hard as any of these. In fact, I would actually be willing to rank Silent Circle over it if it wasn't for the reverse bear trap coming from this and being iconic. 2.0, on the other hand, this is when Mark Hoffman is being executed by Jill Tuck, and he manages to save himself in the last second, and that's what it is. So, not gonna lie. That's why Bear Trap 2.0 ranks so high for me. I think it's really cool. Brain Surgery is, like, again, I kind of mentioned Saw X amping it up, and when Saw X did it well, it really did it well. I've seen all the Sylvester Crystal memes. I have. I think Brain Surgery is probably one of the coolest modern traps, and I geeked out in the theater. I saw this in the theater, and holy shit, that death mask in there, and you like this death mask? God damn, Brain Surgery is like, take all the other stuff, and it is so goddamn cool. Yep, Bloodboarding Trap is a one where I rank it a little bit lower because it's definitely near the end of the movie, but it's one of those things that the payoff for it is just, what the fuck? The risk they took. Like, Bloodboarding Trap is, how do you amp up Saw? That's how you amp up Saw. And I'm hoping they go beyond that in the next one. And Saw 11's gonna be any case. I think it goes there. Anyway, chat, that is how I think I see them. Without further ado, I'll get a screenshot in a moment, but for you, let's read in order on the Saw Trap rankings. Okay. From best to worst, we have the Bathroom Trap, the Glass Coffin, the Needle Pit, Bear Trap 2.0, Brain Surgery, Nerve Gas House, Bloodboarding Trap, Reverse Bear Trap, the Silent Circle, Angel, alright, sorry, that was S tier. An A tier, Silent Circle, Angel Trap, the Rack, the Furnace, Spike Trap, Glass Grinder, Death Mask, Shotgun Carousel, Spotlight Carousel, Zep's Test. In B tier, we have Water Cube, Pound of Flesh, Shotgun Collar, Horse Tower Trap. Oh, wait, hold on. Freezer Room, Mausoleum, Ice Block Trap, Laser Collars, Bedroom Trap, Eye Vacuum, Pendulum Trap, Impalement Wheel, 10 Pints of Sacrifice, Bear Trap 3.0, Razor Box, Wax Trap, Pipe Bomb Trap, Gas Chamber, Shotgun Keys, Wisdom Teeth, Radiation Trap, Disembowelment Trap, Iron Maiden, Melissa's Test, Cap's Final Test, Burning Rack, Michael's Trap, Death Mask, our first Bear Trap, Saw the Game. In C tier, we have Knife Chair, Oxygen Crusher, Amanda's Test, Public Execution, Pig Vat, Shotgun Chair, Necktie Trap, Acid Room, Hangman's Noose, Razor Wire Maze, Leg Wires, Grain Silo, Tap's Game, Cycle Trap, Subway Trap, Finger Trap, Bucket Room, Wire Saw Trap, Flammable Jelly, Detox Chair, Headbox, The Backbreaker, Raisin Bull, Campbell's Trap, Glass Elevator, Revolver Trap, Crushing Table, Elevator Trap, Shotgun Vest, Water Tank, Razor Box Game, Head Cages. In D tier, we have Healing Jars, Jeff's Final Test, Scalping Seat, Magnum Eye Hole, Classroom Trap, Theme Maze, Suspended Cage, Marcus Banks Test, Electric Bathtub, Cane Hangers, Spine Cutters, Drill Chair, Lawnmower Trap, Crematorium Game, Pendulum Trap, Saw the Game, Shotgun Collar, Saw the Game, Impaler Trap, Blade Crusher, Running Cages, Acid Vat, Death Mask Game, Saw the Game, Dog Leash, Bomb Chair, Explosive Cube, Sliding Blade. In F tier, we have Pain Train, The Gallows, Shotgun Hallway, Explosive Puppet, Cocktail Trap, Shotgun Doors, Scythe Trap, Sentry Gun Trap, Electrified Staircase, and the worst trap in the series is the Cyanide Box. Now, if you don't count things that are just death traps, the worst trap in the franchise is the Gallows. Okay? If you don't count death traps, there, let's boycott IGN. I don't care about IGN. We're talking about Saw right now. You know what, chat? There we go. I have ranked 114 Saw traps from the various movies up to 10, including all the traps from the games. I have been talking for about 3 hours. Holy fuck, that took me 3 hours.